Oh, well.
All righty. Here we go. Good afternoon, folks, from the Smudcast number 425, a thought experiment on heroism and inaction. What a great title, followed by a glass of water. Not so great a subtitle, but okay, fine. This is a video by someone we covered previously in the past, and we sort of laughed. This is like a very old YouTuber we covered.
Have you? Really?
Oh, yeah. Lily Orchard we covered once. It was like a horrible experience, but, you know, they change and they adapt and they make other YouTube channels, and now they're with someone else.
What video was that?
Oh, God, that was the last year around there. It was bad. It was just hard to go through. Anyway, this is by Lily and Michaelia Orchard. So there's two of them now, and they're equally...
It's multiplying?
They're equally weird, and I don't know who's who, and you could figure that out for yourself.
Two of them.
Yeah, they always use the anime avatar, semi-animated when they talked, as if that means something, but you know that's fine.
Uh-huh.
So,
It's quirky. It means they're quirky people with interesting.
I mean, they have a video that's titled "Steven Universe is Garbage and Here's Why." 2 hours.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh,
But then then you look at the other videos and it's like, I don't know what their beliefs are or anything.
as we say in the criticism sphere, a broken clock is sometimes right.
yeah.
Not all the time.
Right,
Sometimes,
twice a day.
maybe once, maybe twice. That's as high as we go.
But it's right. It's right. It's right twice a day. Broken clock. So,
We
yeah.
hope. That's a pretty good average
Not
for
in a
these people.
24-hour system.
Yeah, well.
Oh yeah, I use a 24-hour system, Whisp, because there's 24 hours in the day.
Is there?
Wow.
I thought time was subjective.
Wait a second. That's just a social construct. You're just communicating for the sake of being easier to
Sorry,
talk to.
let me rephrase it. Because my country beat the shit out of every other country, and it was great in the past. We use 24 hours.
Oh, okay. There we go.
But we don't even know what time or space are.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
Especially when the Earth is flat, right?
My general physician told me this yesterday. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, argument finished. Go home. We're done.
I need a new TP.
nothing. So I guess that money I owe you per hour isn't going to happen, then, is it?
Yeah.
Time is a construct until you need to get paid.
And if we don't even know what time or space are, then money is just irrelevant, and I don't need to pay you, right?
Yeah. Money is just a social construct.
It's just subjective
gays
that you
exist,
think
right?
that I need to pay you.
Yeah.
Talking about being paid, let's just go to this person's Twitter account. She, her, I yell about cartoons for a living and write schmaltzy lesbian fluff. It ain't much, but it pays the rent. Bisexual, biracial, and prone to biting with a capital B.
Can I ask what biracial is?
Being a mutt.
Mixed race?
I believe that means being born. Like your mom is one race, your dad's another race, and it's biracial. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
I've never understood that term. It's always annoyed me.
It's just, the people who add all these things to them, I'm just like, so what you're telling me is you're an absolutely boring cunt with no personality. Thank you.
We tend not to take them seriously. This is true, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm half potato, half spiked helmet.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, okay.
Anyway,
I'm biracial, but I don't know what the other half is.
Yeah.
Am I a mystery box now?
let's get started. Here's White Knight Leo. Thank you, sir, for the 5. Sorry, but I often can't watch an entire Smudcast because I find the subject videos too insufferable to sit through. Still enjoy what I do see. It's an acquired taste, and not everyone can last that long. We have people cut out a lot. It's totally fine. There are more important things to do, like run to the bathroom and stay there the rest of the evening. So
Throw it up.
that would be more efficient.
You have to read the hadith to know with which foot to first enter the bathroom, or you go to hell.
Oh,
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh, bathroom rights. Yeah.
Hmm. That's why they always listen to the Cha-Cha Slide song. It always tells them which foot to go first.
Anywho,
Slide to the left.
we have a 13-minute video
Right.
for you guys. Hopefully, there'll be lots of raids, Shadow Legends, and other things in there. She has to make her money somehow, and raids is the best way to do it. So
To be honest with you, she does a very good way of advertising her Patreon, which is, I think it's one of the best ways to do it because it's so true. I'm not giving her credit with all that sort of stuff, but it gets right to the point.
It's in the few seconds of the video. The first few seconds, yes. It's really weird.
Yeah.
all right, let's go.
Is there a description for the video?
True.
No,
And true.
the description is, if you really want me to read it, it's horrible. I lied. The reason was to show you all that beautiful sapphic artwork from my darling wife. That's the description.
Okay.
Okay.
I think he's gay, but I don't know.
No, he's
Holy shit.
she, her, and they, them. Why? Because that's on the Twitter.
Oh, so confused transgender. Okay.
Yeah,
Biracial transgender.
Two trans women together does not make
Yeah,
lesbians.
Yeah, but
No,
they
two
will
trans
call
women.
themselves lesbians.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you can call yourself blood pudding. That doesn't make you that.
This is a good point.
But what if I believe in it?
This isn't fucking the Christmas Story 2 or something. If you just believe in something long enough, it becomes real. This is. No, but the thing is like if you say your pronouns, let's just jump into the madness, are she, her, you can't then add they, them as well as your pronouns, because then it's just like, well,
That just means you don't know what you are.
yeah, it just means that you just want everything. Why don't you just put he, him then as well? Why don't you just get called everything?
Yeah, like JX.
I myself.
No. But no, but it's. I just read it and I was like, right, so you don't really. And then obviously now they have that biracial and bisexual, lesbian, bisexual, lesbian, trans woman who's
My
married.
human.
Yeah, and I'm just like, so really, you seem to just add more stuff. But that's them. They do whatever they want to do. I don't care.
I'll just
It's-
sum this up. Two dicks don't scissor well.
They just play Jewel of Fate. It's really good.
It's just
And you shouldn't run with them, right?
All right, let's get going.
Give me money, give me money, give me money, give me money, give me money.
That was it. That was her.
Yeah,
page.
I like that. I like that. Orchard.
I see what you mean.
I admit, Orchard does have good moments and sometimes good humor. This is one of it.
Maybe this is a good video.
It's like forward honesty. Sometimes that's a really good thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Good on them.
Okay, so a weird thing happened today. I sat down writing about
Wait,
Antihero.
Okay.
You still have that voice?
Yes.
I have an excuse why I can't do voice work, and maybe I have some chance still to this year that something opened up, but
Oh, nice.
dude, what is your excuse? You need to have a really have a big excuse, because I've last seen this channel 5, 6, 7 years ago.
You know, it takes a lot of courage to get that operation to turn on.
No. Voice work is mostly training with a logopedic. You can add an operation to shave off your vocal cords a bit. That adds an octave, but can reduce modulation a bit. You can have super bad complications and go mute, but what the hell? Everything has complications. The thing is, that's training for the most part with a professional.
Yeah, but that's
all.
hard.
Yeah, But going out on the internet and saying I'm trans and using a female avatar, it's not hard today. That's just a claim. The question is, are you on hormones? And if you're on hormones, it should be easy for you to get all the other measures too. Just saying.
Okay. All right. I don't judge, but
Well,
I don't really care.
Yeah. I'm just I was just surprised that this is still at the same spot it was 5 years ago.
I see. Well, they're happy together, so that's probably why.
yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
That's what counts.
It's about family, yeah.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. There.
Okay, let's go.
Not really
Smudcast, not
knowing
fair
where it
one.
was going to go, and ended up using the Sith Resurgence as a vector to talk about the trolley problem. And I thought it was pretty interesting, so this episode is less of a lecture and more of an open discussion. I'm going to be more indulgent. I mean,
That's a guy, just so you guys don't know. That's a guy. Okay.
using my own work
Oh, I
as an
thought it was a
example,
woman.
and you don't need it to get where I'm going with
It's really odd. The visual and the audio, you're like, what the okay. Anyway.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Right, listen. I know it is a guy, but I was trying to be nice to say use what they want to be. But yeah, that is a guy.
Okay.
This
That
is the
doesn't give-
reason I didn't want to make content for the last 5 years.
Oh, true.
Because I rather wanted to be done with all this nonsense before I start doing that and confuse people.
Well, these people like to monetize their whatever you call it, eccentricities.
Hey, maybe if they spent more time actually going through the whole transition instead of just adding more stuff to their bio,
Mm-hmm.
they might not have this problem. But this is not the actual point of the video. I can see people in the comment section already probably complaining that we're just going over something that isn't actually the part of it. So, yeah.
Sorry, we have opinions.
Just get therapy.
Anyway, let's learn about the trolley problem. Okay, here we go.
this, but I actually want to hear your own insight on this. So this episode is going to have a follow-up where I go through some of the most interesting responses and deconstruct them. Hopefully this will encourage more interaction. Anyway, let's go. The concept of an anti-hero confuses me. They are notoriously hard to define, mostly because they are completely
It's a hero
Not really.
who's worried about breaking the rules of society.
So Batman, there you go.
to win. She brings up Batman later on in the video in like 5 seconds
Yeah.
by saying they're not an anti-hero because
Yes,
they
he
don't
is.
kill.
Yeah, what? No. Yes, he is. Batman's an anti-hero.
Yeah, why is Batman's an anti-hero?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Because he's willing to break. He's a vigilante, so he's breaking rules already.
Sorry,
The thing
guys, I
is,
just died
Because the
first.
city is corrupt, right?
But Batman has a couple of principles, but he doesn't abide by most laws in his role as Batman, because the system of the law is already failing, and he needs to be. He sees himself as needing to be thorough in his approach to bring criminals to justice. He has the code of not killing them and, well, roping them up for the police, which is great. However, that is not necessary. That is just his special type of anti-hero. The other anti-heroes, like Deadpool and Punisher, are more clear-cut in that regard, as they do achieve a positive goal, but they do not care about how they get there.
Yeah,
Well, I think Deadpool's a little trickier because he's just a mercenary. So he'll just kill anybody, really.
Yeah, but the thing is, what the best way to describe an anti-hero is just someone who's willing to break rules to get the results. Like, so Superman is what I'd call a stereotypical hero. Abides by the rules, the law, has a no-kill rule, is virtuous and good. An anti-hero like the Punisher doesn't mind breaking the rules to get the criminals.
He just wants the
And-
result.
Yeah,
Which is
That's
why anti-heroes are relatively close to villains themselves.
Mhm.
It's a very thin line.
Yes.
Yeah. And Tyler Preston put it well in the chat. Antihero, a morally questionable hero who lacks conventional heroic qualities.
Yeah.
And they're not that hard to nail down because there's so many flavors of that, and the extreme of how they break those rules or bend the rules, and that's
because she's going to bring up an anti-villain
sure
in a bit, and I'm a bit like, well, I'm like, yeah, but that's still different than an anti-hero, and
right.
I mean, she goes like, obviously you get a picture of Killmonger, and I'm just like, why is he an anti-villain? It's like
he's just a villain.
Yeah, he's just
anti-villain.
Yeah, he's he's just a villain. It's only because
remind me again what anti-villain is.
I have honestly not heard the term before.
It is a villain that has noble intentions, but goes around it in an evil way. As in, we'll just pretend Smug Boy wants to save Canada from an evil plague, so he decides to wipe out Morocco. So he'd be a villain, but he's doing it to save Canadians. Yeah,
but that's just that is most villains.
I know, yeah.
Starting with Mr. Freeze.
We try to equate that with the opposite of the anti-hero. So the anti-hero breaks or bends rules for a greater good, whereas the anti-villain maintains things within the status quo for an evil outcome, or a selfish outcome.
The only one I could think of is probably like Saul Goodman, because he follows the law and tries to find loopholes, but even then he still breaks the rules. I don't know. It sounds weird to me.
He's a hard to put character, I would say.
Really,
because he has a lot of inner conflict as well.
The term anti-villain does feel that it's just like
think of Roy from Blade Runner. He wants to find a way for himself with all the other replicants, and to live longer than the 4 years that they give him. So he tries to get by and kills people and gets in the way. So there's all kinds of things he does that are bad, but he's doing it for he believes is a good reason.
Isn't that just a tragic character?
That is part of the personality of an anti-hero.
When I hear anti-hero, and I have never heard a definition of it. I mean, I can deduce one from the counter example of the anti-hero, but the first thing I would come up with would be Megamind.
That's more villain protagonist.
Yeah, but he's a villain who's not even a villain because he wants to. He wants to be a villain, but because he felt pushed into it, and then it's more a stage play to him, where he realizes that's not actually what I wanted to do, and realizes that he is actually
because he creates a hero.
He creates it. No, he creates an actual villain.
Well, here's
in his attempt to create a hero.
It was the intention of him being a hero.
Here's an example of if you guys have played any games from Super Nintendo in the 90s, Magus from Chrono Trigger is an example of an anti-villain. He starts off we see him as a villain, then we discover he has personal goals which are selfish, but then he teams up with the crew to stop the big bad. He just wants to do it his way, and he thinks he can take him on, but he realizes he can't, so he comes to that conclusion he needs help. Even though he doesn't actively say, I need your help, he's like, listen, we got to do this or everyone's going to die. So in that regard, because the plot is, against the big bad evil entity that will eat everything, I guess I need help. And the outcome's the same, so why not help people? All he wants is his sister back. That's all he wants. He doesn't care about anything. He does not care about anything else. So.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah. No, it's just very difficult to describe an anti-villain because most of the times you would just call it a villain.
Well, that's the thing. We like these characters and we know they're villains. We just don't think of them as anti-villains because they're so complicated. And usually that's the focus of a story is how good is your villain and how can you relate to them. And once you start relating to them, you say, I get it. I know why he's a murderer. I know why he killed that guy. It's perfect sense. And you identify with their plight more. And you like them, like Revan is an anti-hero, also an anti-villain, depending on which angle you look at, from KOTOR. So it's good stuff. It's you like gray, complicated characters that make you question: Are they doing right? Are they doing wrong? It looks right. It sounds right. It's good to stop wars. And,
Yeah.
you know.
They're writing that line, right?
Exactly.
There's a hero and there's a villain, and then there's that line.
Yeah, that's why. What was that Josh Whedon show about gray morality? Those space people. Firefly. Thank you.
Did you forget what Firefly?
I tend to forget Josh Whedon in general. So sorry.
How can you forget Firefly?
Yeah, but I
Greatest, greatest tragedy in science fiction.
The movie I remember, but not the show. The show is kind of weak and didn't go too far.
Contrary, show is great.
Oh no, it's a fun show, but it didn't go. What he wanted to do did not get accomplished. You could tell there was a lot of pieces missing.
Yeah, well, that's because the show was cancelled mid-season 2.
It was before that. It was the actual production and the.
It only had one season.
The design, yeah,
So,
it wasn't very long. Yeah,
13 episodes, I think, isn't it, or 11 episodes? I can't. I'll be honest with you. Never watched any of it. I just hear that people on the internet like it.
Anyway,
From Death Note is an anti-villain or anti-hero?
Oh yeah.
Which one is it? Is an anti-villain or anti-hero?
I don't know.
I think it's just a character trying to figure himself out.
Anyway, the definition isn't that important. Once we understand that there's complexity to a character and they do bad things, it's like, ooh, is that good? Is that bad? And we get to judge that for ourselves, which is part of the joys of learning about a character and their backstory. So anyway, let's continue.
Divorce from reality. The trope typically refers to someone with qualities, but...
Whoa. What's going on? No.
I hear an echo.
Yeah, there's an echo. Whisp?
Use your headphones.
Oh, it's not Whisp? Okay. Anyway.
Well,
I have headphones on
All right.
for every stream.
Okay.
Prefix anti indicates opposition to, and therefore anti-hero should mean opposition to heroism, aka a villain. In fact, this is further compounded with anti-villains, who are characters with heroic goals but villainous methods. And if that sounds like the same thing as an anti-hero, you're not wrong. Is Batman an anti-hero?
Yes.
A lot of people say he is, but he has a no-kill policy and is no more violent than most non-Superman superheroes, so no? I mean, he's a grouchy asshole shut off from society, but that's not a problem, so to speak. In fact, people are...
How is he grouchy?
That depends on the depiction of Bruce Wayne you will look
Yeah,
at.
which Batman are you talking about?
Which, when was he grouchy? In what movie?
He's grouchy in the trailers to this Batman movie that's not come out yet because Robert Pattinson looks grouchy.
Yeah?
I mean, BVS, he was grouchy, right?
He was kind of nihilistic.
Psychotic.
Yeah, psychotic. Whatever.
I'm not gonna lie, but his response to everything was, I should kill that thing. It's like, what?
Yeah, and Killmonger is just a villain. Killmonger is just a villain. There's nothing virtuous about him. What he wants is race supremacy of black Africans around the world. That is not a virtuous goal. That is the same shit Hitler wanted, just with the colors swapped.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't understand why. I understand why they say Killmonger is a anti-villain or an anti-hero or a misunderstood person. It's because they're just fucking retarded.
Killmonger had a man bun made of what is it? Rastas?
Killmonger murdered loads of people in the museum.
That is already speaking against him.
Killmonger murdered loads of people in the museum because people who work in the museum obviously are related to people who took the artifacts and deserve to die. Seriously.
But he killed the white man, so he's good.
Yeah, exactly. So he's a racist. Cool, right.
The white man who never oppressed Wakanda, while Wakanda oppressed the black Africans.
Yeah, the mysterious hidden village of Wakanda.
Yeah.
And Wakanda there complains about Europeans colonizing Africa, while Wakanda lets the black Africans outside of Wakanda starve.
Or allows the slave trade.
It doesn't intervene.
Yeah, allows everything to
Do we have
happen.
time to save our citizens?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, what a great nation, you guys. You did nothing for hundreds of years and didn't help anyone. That's great.
It's almost as if everyone who praises Black Panther never actually watched the damn movie. And they just literally just watched the trailer and then went, black people all together.
Yeah, it would have been.
Yeah,
No,
people
they did
making
watch the movie.
gorilla noises.
It
I
would-
clap. I clap.
It would have been more noble if they actually
And
conquered.
that black man sounded like a monkey.
Well, no, it would have been more noble if they actually conquered parts of Africa to protect those lands from crazy raiders and whatever was happening, and then protect the people they conquered, and then bring them part in the fold of the country. And then you'd have a nation, and then be like, then they'd have strength, and they have health and resources.
So
Don't
what you're
worry,
saying,
Smud.
Hold on.
In the second movie, they'll do that. All right?
Like,
No,
We're
can you
building up
imagine-
Black
Can you imagine if the Native Americans or the Americans themselves found some mystical rock that gave them amazing strength and power and indestructible powers? It's like, yeah, let's use this to help us efficiently conquer whatever to make life better for everyone. It's like, oh yeah, it's a good idea. We should do that. No, we'll hide. We'll just hide in the northeastern part of the new world and just don't tell anyone. Like, okay.
We'll just hide in Alaska somewhere. No one will come.
Yeah, let the Native Americans butcher themselves to oblivion. We'll just let them happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Let
But your
do a large
idea of what Wakanda should have done is just become the African version of the Borg. Just assimilate everything.
well,
into
no,
Wakanda.
I wouldn't go that
Yes.
far. I would say they would just
I
have
would.
superior technology and they would just dominate everyone else. Like the Romans. Anyway.
Resistance is futile, or whatever Black Panther said.
Okay.
Back to Batman.
Back to Batman.
Split on whether Batman is an anti-hero or not, and this is anti-heroes at a conceptual level are so fluid and so open to interpretation that you wonder why the trope even exists. Most
What? No. Just because it's hard to define doesn't mean it doesn't exist. That's stupid.
But it's not hard to define.
Yeah, but even if you don't understand the pattern, you're like, oh, there's a thing I can't quite identify. It's like the sun. I don't know what that is, but it must not be there. It's like, no.
I'm just sweaty for some reason.
It's so hard to define. No, it's not. But well, for me, it is. Okay, so why does the trope exist? Because people smarter than you have seen a trope and named it.
It's almost like if nobody sees a tree falling, does it make a sound?
It's almost like the
Then
guy
it's
who
fridge.
the guy who discovered tumors was like, well, no one's going to believe me. I might as well just make out they don't exist. Oh my god!
Is God real?
What a weird conclusion to misunderstanding things. Therefore, yeah, why do we even invent this stuff? Like, what?
Wait, hold on. God, the definition is so fluid and all that. You can barely make a definition. I don't know why it exists. All right, okay. Genders, sexualities. It's so fluid. Why,
Oh no!
I'm just saying, if something's
in the
so
hornet's
fluid,
nest.
with so many different things, and it's hard to pinpoint exactly.
Wait.
Why does it even exist?
Are you saying Lily Orchard doesn't exist?
Yes. Yeah, go on then. No, but that's
Why
the
are we
thing.
watching this video?
We're not. It's all part
Should
of a
watch
group hallucination.
Subjectively
We're
or
all-
objectively?
Okay. I think we've drained
But
that one.
but at the end of the day, you can't just say, "Oh, it's too confusing. I don't get it," so it obviously doesn't exist. It's like, no. I don't know algebra that well.
There's just a possibility that you are just too dumb to understand it. That is a possibility. Not necessarily. It can be that the topic is weird, but it can also be the case that you're dumb. The question is, which is it?
I think anyone who disproves the existence of a thing because they can't grasp it is the one who has the problem.
It's like saying I can't see my brain, therefore it doesn't exist.
Sorry, what was that?
What?
Can you repeat that?
I completely.
Cut out a bit there.
It's like saying I can't see my brain, therefore it doesn't exist.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, the brain is a big mystery. We don't understand how it works. Therefore, who cares?
What even is depression?
You can't
You're
see it.
just sad. Stop being sad.
Have a cream soda and grow up, kiddo.
Yeah, God.
You know, I still don't understand how this non-binary thing is supposed to make sense. So I therefore it doesn't exist.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't that
Once you-
simple?
Yeah,
Problem
once you start
solved.
playing that game, don't open up this fucking like wasp's nest of fucking shit, because I will find the stick and whack it.
Okay.
Let's keep going.
We're gonna be here all night with this one.
Characters who fall under the banner of Antihero are very much chaotic good, doing good without regards to the law or morality. And in my experience, chaotic good characters are the ones people get stuck on the most. They're the ones that can confuse.
Well, no, I would say Batman's pretty lawful good, so no, you can't use Dungeons and Dragons ethics system to explain every character in a story that happens to be partially evil or partially good. I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, and chaotic good would just be a dumb hero.
Yeah, we usually use that D&D thing for fun, not because we're serious about explaining archetypes. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Anyway.
To an unprecedented degree. Chaotic good characters that are...
What the hell's this?
Well,
I don't know.
Are these the artists who drew them?
How are you a neutral evil?
What the fuck is the second one?
I don't...
That looks weird.
What is this shit?
How does that work though? Neutral evil.
That means the laws. You don't follow the laws, and you don't break them either. You just sort of in between, but your intentions and goals and methods are evil.
Mentions, lesbians, dancer, golden. Lesbians, it's his name or what? What the hell is that?
Lesbians on.
AO3?
What is AO3?
I don't know.
Age of Ultron 3?
Age of 3?
What?
I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, it doesn't have a year.
This is one of those bizarre moments where the person has this insider information about topics that he didn't bother explaining, and we're sitting there going, what? What does this mean? Metzen, Golden? I forget it. Just keep going.
By multiple people can often
That's
flit
the
around
original artist
wildly
from
in
Wizard.
alignment because, again, people really get stuck with them, but chaotic good is still good. All these attempts to codify and explain an anti-hero end up being so confusing and difficult because it's trying to explain a trope without addressing the massive elephant in the room. See, if you prowl around
Sylvanas
TV
is not
tropes long
chaotic
enough,
good.
you'll eventually come across two tropes that are honest versions of the previous two, designated hero and a designated villain. The gist of it is that a character is heroic or villainous based on how much the author agrees with them in any meaningful capacity, regardless of how they play out. A video I made a few months ago rewriting a segment of my
Oh boy.
Can you imagine trying to rewrite Steven Universe for any reason?
Oh, no. Didn't
Maybe the first
rewrite
season,
Steven
but-
Universe, but part of a video made about Steven Universe.
Are you saying they made a video they were unclear about, and then they had to rewrite the video and made a video about that?
So wait, the video that
Yeah,
they
change
were
the-
they were
change
saying
mind.
Steven Universe is garbage. Now they're going back on that?
Well, maybe we're getting told that in a few seconds. However, Joe Crazy in the chat enlightens us that AO3 is just another fan fiction site.
Oh,
Hooray!
Oh, great.
Learn
Hooray,
something.
headcanon.
yay. Some other person's
headcanon.
headcanon said this about some other characters from a fan thing I like. What? Okay.
But don't we
I
ever
love-
get confused about headcanon? How do we know it exists?
Oh, shut the fuck up. It is way too late for these sort of jokes for me.
All right. Let's see what they have to say about her video about a video.
length Steven Universe analysis is pretty much dedicated to how the main character is heroic only by virtue of the creator said so, and when viewed objectively outside that framework, he is anything but. Anti-heroes work the same way. The reason they're so hard to pin down is because what makes certain qualities heroic or unheroic varies wildly from person to person. People will often claim that it's dependent on the culture of the time, but in modern days, with increasingly disparate political leanings that are often incapable...
No. You're
No,
it's
No.
It's not just dependent on the time. We've had pretty consistent laws throughout history from which you can from which you can deduce what was considered to be good and what was considered bad. And that is pretty consistent throughout time of human history.
Yeah.
Like lying bad, murder bad, rape bad,
Stealing.
not doing those things good.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty consistent.
Why is
helping people good.
Why does it always come down to politics? Why? Why is it always with everything come down to some sort of fucking political fucking thing? And just like, no!
Because everything is political.
Headcanon. Headcanon.
Oh, headcanon, yeah.
Also,
Everything's just
Starkiller is not an anti-hero. Like, he's actually a villain. And he redeems himself.
Starkiller just does what he's told throughout the story. He learns to see outside of the box he was conditioned in.
Mhm.
Yes. But he does redeem himself. In the end.
That's what I mean. That's where he gets to.
Yeah.
So you could say if in this non-canonical game there was a canonical ending, what would make the most sense would be the good one, because that would be his hero's journey.
Oh, I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
this is pretty much every murderer in every murder mystery. Like, you figure out, or the detective figures out who done it, and they go, oh well, he had noble reasons, or he has a revenge plot that's been going on for 30 years, like A Study in Scarlet with Jefferson Hope. He's going to kill, the way he kills the guy who ruined his life and his lover is he gets a box of pills, and he mixes them up with deadly poison. So one pill could kill you, one pill could do nothing. So he doesn't want to actively kill the guy, but he's going to leave it a chance. Like, he's that
Smud. I 100% agree. Whisp, stop typing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It was just.
There's one flaw about this Blue Yeti is that its mute button is not properly working when I have to push it in a very specific way from a specific angle and with specific level of force. Otherwise, it doesn't register.
Push to talk.
Sorry.
Put the mute.
It's my fault.
It's just the brilliance of the fact that I know exactly who's typing by the way of the typing. And I know it's Wisp typing. It's just really, I don't know, I must have got used to it over the years.
So another example I can give.
Yes.
Anyway, another example I can give you guys. Who's that guy from Game of Thrones? Jaime Lannister. He has a series of arcs in the show. I don't know the books exactly. I haven't read that far in the books. But he goes from good to bad, anti-hero to anti-villain. So
yeah, don't worry about it, Smud. Not even George R. R. Martin's got that far in the books.
Yeah. So
when you're ahead of him, that's the problem.
I stopped halfway through. I'm done. Okay. Anyway.
Of cooperation, culture cannot be said to be so monolithic. Sometimes the defense of it was a different time doesn't reflect reality. Gone with the Wind was protested heavily in its time for glorifying slavery, after all, but you never hear of it.
So
it was as I recently learned, it was apparently banned for sale under Obama, as was Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh.
Well, but the thing is, it's like I don't think
it's not anymore.
I don't think, is it Scarlet? Is her name the main character on Gone with the Wind?
Yes.
I think so, because her name doesn't really bring up of top 100 anti-heroes in cinema, or like I don't go. You know what's a really good anti-hero story? Gone with the Wind. That's When I think of anti-heroes, I've got Deadpool, Batman, Scarlet from Gone with the Wind. I just
Brokeback Mountain.
I'm just like, what the? Why bring up this? What? It
looks like that sign says Wisp, but I know it says Wisp.
But but it's also a bit like I don't like. Oh, you know something? Like Little Women. That's a good anti-hero story, because no. What the fuck?
And look how classy and well behaved these black protesters are.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also like from Gone with the Wind, like, I don't think she's ever really portrayed as being quite heroic. As in, I mean, she does certain things, but it's like, because the famous line, because at the end he just he leaves and he goes, "Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn," and he leaves her and she loses the man she loves because, like, she's not a very nice person. She's only the hero because it's her story, not like she's the hero because she's a hero. But that's what I get from it. It's been years since I watched Gone with the Wind because I'm not 90 years old, so
You could be.
Oh, if we ever get a video specifically on Gone with the Wind, we need to get Cyrek on. He loves that movie.
Oh, really?
does he?
Yeah.
All right. Well, it is a classic, so there's probably someone out there who knows it very well.
Do you know actually?
It's because
a funny story.
I'm not spoiling.
Well, a funny story is, was it they burned down? There's a scene where it's like the burning of Atlanta, I think it is, the city or whatever it is. The background's actually all the old sets from the movie studios, and the set of King Kong from the 1933 movie that gets burnt down in the movie Gone with the Wind.
Oh wow!
They destroyed the whole set. They burnt everything. So if you ever watched the 1933 King Kong movie, the wall and everything that they built for that movie, they burnt it down for background stuff to make this fire look bigger and more impressive in the backdrop. Yeah. Anyway, that's a bit of trivia. Anyway, moving on, because Gone with the Wind means nothing.
Maphead Fury, Gone with the Wind, plays in the same cinematic universe as King Kong.
Oh.
Could be. Who knows?
So is King Kong a communist then?
And does King Kong in Gojira?
Is King Kong a communist? Well, he doesn't like black people, so yes.
Yeah, he simps for the white woman, right?
Yeah, he simps the white woman, yeah.
I think it's a good character study if you want to read the book or watch the movie, but I don't know if Antihero is the right way to describe her, or anti-villain. I don't know. Hard to say. I'd have to rewatch it.
Scarlet, she's just the protagonist of the movie. She's not really a hero or villain. She's just a really spoilt brat.
Yeah, and
who
then
gets her come up.
Yeah, she gets her comeuppance. She ostracized from the city and all that stuff. So
yeah,
it's an interesting. It's not a bad story. Like, these are classics for a reason. So I just don't remember most of it because it was so long ago I watched it, and it's not for everyone to watch. That's for sure. Anyway, let's keep going.
It's less cultural and more dependent on the creator. For example, many stories carry the idea that they're
Gone with the Wind is less cultural? Are you kidding? What the fuck? Never mind. Let's just keep going.
Isn't it phenomenal?
It is a time period. It is so reminiscent of the 1930s.
They've had an anniversary since then.
It's been on every Christmas for I don't know how long. I don't know.
It's like
right next to A Miracle on 34th Street, right?
It's the sort of movie that, like, if they're going to play 3 movies at Christmas, it'd be Gone with the Wind. It used to be the original Miracle on 34th Street, and the fucking Sound of Music.
Yep.
Those would be the 3 movies they'd put on, and it's like, it's almost like they're almost like institutions now.
Yeah, I have
Wait, what do you
neighbors who watch.
What do you mean original version?
The original.
There's 2 versions of it.
Well, they put it into Technicolor, so it's
versions.
colored, but yeah, it's the black and white is usually played.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, because you've got the original version of Miracle on 34th Street, and then you've got the newer one with Richard Attenborough, which everyone knows.
Oh, okay.
The 1990s version with what's her name from? Was it Matilda? Is that it? I can never remember her name. I don't care what her name is. But Matilda. Yeah, it's just female actress who doesn't do acting anymore, but who's also friends with Doug Walker, which is really weird.
What?
Yeah,
no,
she's friends
you're
with...
joking.
Yes, she is. Yeah.
Well,
I'm not joking.
good for her. I don't know him.
How did that happen?
I don't know. It's the same way where you like when you think about it, it's surprising that Macaulay Culkin's like friends with Red Letter Media. You're like, what the hell has happened to these childhood actors? Why are
Well,
they
I
doing
think Red
this?
Letter Media makes more sense, but
Anyway.
Such a thing as taking liberation and freedom from tyranny are, and that to kill a tyrant would make you as bad as them. And that story ends up...
What?
What the fuck? Can we just rewind?
Yeah, that was...
Just rewind back to Gone with the Wind. I want to know how she gets to Gone with the Wind to tyranny.
Yeah.
It's less cultural and more dependent on the creator. Well, many stories carry the idea that there is such a thing as taking liberation and freedom from tyranny too far, and that to kill a tyrant would make you as bad as them, and that story ends up tacitly supporting the structures and power over everything else. It's very similar to people in real life saying that punching Nazis is morally wrong and preventing them from speaking is morally wrong, and you'll only drive more people to support them. But the vast majority of people aren't so politically different that someone...
talking about?
What the fuck is just right? Okay, right.
I think that just brain spasmed.
Okay, guys, so
I think so, yeah.
violence is bad, even against the Nazis, okay? Okay.
No,
But
that is something Orchard is complaining about in the way that allegedly people bring that up as a counter-argument to not punching Nazis. However, that itself is a straw man.
Yeah, the problem is every single person who is called a Nazi to get punched never turns out to be a Nazi.
Yeah.
They are equating war with, talking to people on the street who disagree with you, who may in fact be a white supremacist or whatever, but that doesn't mean you hit them.
Like the political party that they are affiliated with.
Sure, whatever, but it's okay to hit the guy who's you absolutely hate. It's like, wait a second, why would you ever need to do that? What is going on?
But I don't know what he's talking about. Like, is he talking about in real life or is he talking about in film?
This part really just
explaining it to you? And what we're saying is that free speech is the speech of those we disagree with.
Yeah.
Free speech is the speech of our critics. Free speech is the speech of those we don't want to hear. Free speech is relevant because the tyrants always want to take it away so that we can't criticize them. And that boot up there looked very much like the boot of communism that keeps on punching on, kicking down on humanity's face every time it gets power. That's why we need to speak out against it. And as we see, everything the socialists, the communists keep doing is trying to take away our speech, either by outright forbidding it or by manipulating it with all this newspeak nonsense where we don't even know what we're talking anymore.
All right.
Yeah. That was.
And we need to speak out against that. Just as we need to debunk the arguments or whatever stories, the historical revisionism of actual neo-Nazis. Just as we need to tear down the historical revisionism and lies and whatever else of the red socialists. It's because it's the same shit, just from a different direction with a different paint job.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out why this part came up with heroism, as in like what is this? What did protesting Gone with the Wind have to do with punching Nazis? Because of anti-heroes, it's like, what you want about? What
I don't know. Were the Nazis in that movie?
I think we're expected to somehow know what Orchard is thinking.
It's a very weird.
I think there's just some point in betweens that are not articulated to make the connections.
All right.
Yeah, did she watch the movie?
Let's get going. Here's Crumb. Thanks for the 10, Crumb. Oh no, Lily Orchard, isn't this the same woman who played genocide and war crime apologetics for Sylvanus Windrunner, who essentially was Elvish Hitler?
Elvis.
Hey, hold on.
It's been a while since.
There are Sylvanas Sims, especially since she got written into a Mary Sue. Because she wasn't always that.
This is Warcraft, or we're talking World of Warcraft? What?
It's that undead elf that was.
Oh yeah, before. I know, but she became the undead person in Warcraft 3. But Did her
Yeah.
story continue in World of Warcraft? That she's
Oh yeah, she's the leader of the Forsaken, of the undead faction.
Oh, okay.
The not super evil undead.
The not super.
Just the somewhat evil undead.
we're kind of bad. We're we're the cool bad.
Yeah.
Ooh, a little bit.
We just want to kill the living.
It's not all the time.
God, for that.
But we're not evil.
Just once a week,
Yeah.
Got to keep the standards up. Nice cool.
We're only evil on Tuesdays, and so that's only if we get to bring the sandwiches.
Yeah. And Orchard, the moment you are unironically calling for violence against those expressing and advocating for free speech, you are the evil guy. And yes, I'm quoting Cyber,
Yeah,
because he put that well.
Yeah.
All right.
It's such a weird. Yeah. Let's keep going. Hopefully, go back onto anti-heroes and an actual fucking.
Okay.
It's a thought experiment, okay?
Yeah, right.
There's
definitely
run an experiment where you have to write down what you want to do before, and then keep protocol of what happens when you do what.
You would have thought that
I don't see that happening.
when you have a philosophical moment, you figure out your own problems with your ramblings before you actually commit them to voice. But you just record everything anyway. And make a video.
I definitely think these people do have a moment before we do stuff. Yeah.
Maybe to see her
but it's
playing
not.
subscribe
It's
to her
probably.
Patreon.
Well, yeah.
You're probably not referring to an epiphany, are you?
No, not an epiphany. I just mean when you have an idea, like I'm going to talk about heroism. It's like great. And I'm going to make a series of errors. I'm going to reference TV tropes. I'm going to do all these things, which I think I know what I'm talking about, and then say some of these things don't exist because they're so wishy-washy. I can't quite grasp them. It's like that's not what you do in philosophy. You don't. It's so hard. I'll just guess they don't exist. It's like no.
Yeah, and also, I wasn't saying an epiphany either. I was just talking more like a mental break.
Oh.
I think they just have. I think they just had a moment.
Yeah. Well. Anyway.
That's what a senior would call a losing their marbles moment.
I want to know where they're going with this because if they're advocating for punching people, I'm like, okay,
trigonometry is so hard. Cosinus doesn't exist.
Trigonometry is so hard. Punching Nazi.
Yeah. Pythagoras was an
It
old
reminds me of
Greek
the-
guy. What? Who did he say? I can't remember. He's too old.
I can't read this. I can't read this menu at this restaurant. Might as well punch this white guy in the face.
Blackwashing doesn't exist because it doesn't sound right.
Oh
Like,
God!
it doesn't make sense.
Now we're crossing streams. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Too many syllables.
All right, let's go.
Someone throwing a punch is going to influence where they lean, going to lead toward an ideology that is in favor of genocide because the good guys got violent. Nobody works that way. Anyone who is still sitting on the fascism versus anti-fascism fence has planted themselves there because that's where they want to be.
Okay.
Hold on, I
seriously,
want to read this.
You didn't get a memo that the alleged anti-fascists, the self-described anti-fascists, are actual fascists who want genocide.
Wait a second. Why are we talking about politics?
Stop sitting on a fence.
Seriously, what the fuck has this got to do about heroism?
We gotta skip ahead. This is getting nowhere. This is getting silly.
No, we have to just keep playing.
What is this
Okay.
meme? I've
This
never even
show
seen this meme.
Does not understand anything about politics and is just eating up communist bullshit.
I'm a
brainwashing.
centrist, therefore what? I can argue both sides of the fence? What the hell does that mean?
This means the socialist communist propaganda about centrism is that centrists believe in nothing, have no principles, and just say everybody else is dumb.
Wisp, you nearly died.
Which is not true.
Wait a second. The entire party of Canada is a centrist government, so...
Look, Smud, what the fuck has this got to do with anti-heroes?
I
and
have no
heroism
idea.
and stuff?
In stories too, right? Like we're talking about
we just
fiction, right?
Just literally.
Segued into...
What year was this video
centrism.
made?
This year.
Right, this has not. She's late to the fucking party,
Yeah.
right? She's arguing about stuff, but no one gave a shit about this while it was happening, right?
Yeah.
This is nothing to do. This is nothing to do with heroism. This has nothing to do with anything. like I class myself as a centrist because I like to hear both sides. It's not my fault that the left side is fucking insane and full of retards and evil wankers. But I go, I'm gonna have to go a little bit to the right, so I'm just, not surrounded by people who want me dead because of the place I was born. Do you know what I mean?
And Orchard, if you truly believe that your only political decision is between National Socialism and International Socialism, we can't help you. Nobody can help you. Because, there is something besides socialism. Because that is both just authoritarian, insane, occult bullshit.
Yeah.
To not decide for any kind of socialism doesn't mean that you have no principles. It's rather that you probably have way more principles than any of those idiots.
Yeah,
I think
I'm really curious to see how this is going to play out.
Yeah, we should just continue.
Yeah. That's just fine.
All right.
To be, and nothing will make them budge. Perpetual fence-sitters, as we call them. The people who insist they will are Nazis and white/white passing centrists, aka people who either benefit or at least don't have anything to lose from Nazis getting into power. Sometimes marginalized people will parrot that sentiment as well to their own suicidal detriment. And this is ironic because it was only about 10 years ago that Nazis and similar kinds of fascists were treated as cannon fodder. There's something...
What are we talking about? What is happening? Who are the Nazis? Where are they?
And where do you find all these phantom Nazis?
What?
Oh, God.
Is this a real reality?
Your side are right now the bad guys. Yours are acting like the Nazis.
Are we talking about a country now, or like a fictional world?
Yes.
It's just telling us that Nazis are bad and therefore we have to be communists. Your side currently has a race theory. Do you understand? You have something you call within your social justice nonsense, where you also have gender justice and climate justice. You also have a thing called racial justice. And I keep asking Germans, do you know about that? And I asked them, can you translate that word into German? And they all make a very strange face all of a sudden where their eyes widen. And I asked them, would you speak that word? And everybody says, no, I don't want to speak that word. It's stuck in every German's throat. And then I ask, what book, whether you have read it or not, would you expect it to come from? And everybody says, the book from the funny mustache man who did very bad things.
Oh. Anyway, this is...
You, Orchard, you are defending a side who has a concept of justice that only the Nazis would come up with. That Germans think only Nazis would come up with.
I don't even think we're talking about...
You gotta fight fire with fire, okay?
I don't even know we're on the right video anymore. Like, what is going on? Like, I don't know...
Did we accidentally click on another video?
How has a video supposedly about... What was it? A thought experiment on heroism ended up with a Whisp rant on socialism and...
Well, it usually does anyway.
Nazis.
So.
Yeah, well, you see, the connection is... we were talking about Batman, and then we went to Gone from the Wind, and now...
See, now we know this is why Lily is a woman, because there's no other way...
Because it's completely irrational, it makes no sense.
there's logical connection
Why does
whatsoever.
Maggie make more sense than this woman?
But the worst thing is, right? I'm going to go to bed tonight, and my girlfriend's going to turn over me. Or how's your podcast tonight? What did you talk about? And I'm be like that. I haven't got a fucking clue.
Scarlett O'Hara is a Nazi or something like that.
Your gender non-conforming.
Yeah, my gender non-conforming girlfriend.
I'm saying this.
Go. What the fuck's happening? Are you okay, honey?
Anyway, we gotta keep going, or else we're gonna lose our minds.
I just want to say this, and I say this as an atheist. Lily Orchard needs Jesus.
Yeah, find God. Just gone a long quest to find God. Don't worry.
Okay, let's continue on our quest to listen to her rant about something.
Nazis.
I guess.
Killing Nazis because heroism.
All right.
Don't know.
Slaughter en masse in a story without any ethical guilt. Doing that now will get you branded as being political by very angry right-wing assholes because in those last 15 years,
the
North
right-wing.
American conservatism has become synonymous with fascism.
Okay.
No. Only you are calling it that because you are not.
No one
power.
knows who this guy is except Canadians, and even Canadians are like,
Pointless video.
even Canadians are like, who's this guy?
Who is this guy? Who is he?
He's the conservative leader of the opposition. So
I once knew his name.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Honestly, it doesn't.
I'm going to call him Keith Whitehair. Anyway, Keith Whitehair here is probably not a Nazi, right? I don't know. He just doesn't. I don't know. Why are we on to? How long is this video?
It's 13 minutes, but
13 minutes.
Nine more
minutes.
minutes to go.
if you think Canadian conservatism is like, it's just the dumbest. Like, why would you even bring this guy up? Like, come on.
It's because types like Orchard call everything fascist that is not hard left, while the hard left is doing everything fascist that they accuse others of doing.
Yeah, exactly. This is literally a person so far on the left that they probably think Leninists are fascist right-wing Nazis.
This guy wanted.
It is complete fanaticism.
He was being like, during the election. We had an election this year, and during the election, he was making a lot of not promises, but a lot of like answers that did not sound very conservative, because he wanted votes. And you could say it's a good or bad thing, but it's like, okay, guy, what are you doing? Stop that. So he lost a lot of base because of that, and he thought he was appealing to everyone.
Yeah, because it's like what's happening over here. It's like what happened over here with our conservative government, which is why I always laugh when you see people go like, "Oh, Boris is right wing." It's like he's literally doing everything that Jeremy Corbyn wanted to do, and you're like, this is why I've lost respect for him, because I'm like,
this is the problem, though. It doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're in; they're going to do something to appease everyone else, and that's just politics.
The fact that he's calling for net zero carbon by 2050, and I'm just like, but we can't do that. It's going to cripple the UK. It's like, oh no, but the left wing are complaining not because it's 2050, but because it's not 2030, and I'm like, oh my god. So he brought up the idea of it being net zero by 2030, and then Labour and the left wing go, well, we want it by net zero by 2025. And it's like...
We've had some pretty stupid comments by our PM just last week about that shit. So,
well, Justin Trudeau opens his mouth. It's probably something stupid. Half of the course, really.
He pretty much
he's
attacked...
wearing an Indian wedding dress in blackface.
He attacked the entire oil and gas industry, so it's like, oh.
I was actually watching Sky News Australia about Justin Trudeau, and they just said he just signs everything, and he's just like a little kid who thinks that signing every piece of paper that comes under his nose is a good thing. He's kind of embarrassing.
I mean, you guys, I remember Americans were bitching about Trump. At least he knew what the hell he was doing. Okay.
Yeah.
Trudeau is off on a cloud somewhere, listening to other people telling him what to do.
Yeah, but he's. Yeah. I think he's
Trudeau's on borrowed power. He has his hand on the lever, but he's not the one pulling it. He's only moving the lever when someone tells him to.
If he even knows how to move the lever, it's bizarre. Anyway, I don't want to talk about this shit, but Lily Orchard obviously will get into it. So
you should respond to Joe Crazy in the chat though.
Joe Crazy, what do you say? Smudboy, Orchard is Canadian. Smud take responsibility for what? For her being a crazy person? You know how many people are nuts in any country? It can't just be Canadian.
I constantly have to take responsibility for the neo-Nazis in my country.
Oh God.
Well, yeah, all four of them.
You take responsibility for Orchard.
For all the gay trannies in downtown Toronto, no thanks. I'm good where I am.
Are the Germans making videos?
The German gays are cool. They're actually not bad. They're pretty chill. But
at least they know how to use leather.
Depends. Some are psychopaths.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, they're quiet.
They like to talk to people.
Yeah, but Smud apologising for
Jesus.
Lily is like me apologising for the Labour Party. I just don't have the time or the energy
No,
to
no,
do
no.
so.
No, I don't think he means apologize. I just mean, find the
Well, take
location for this individual and,
Take them out the Canadian way, drowned in syrup.
Buy them,
Fuck,
buy
no.
them donuts. Yeah.
Or
don't
strap
provide
them to a-
evidence.
No, Smud. You strap them to a moose, and then they'll get eaten by an orca. They
Was it-
naturally do.
Was it an orca or a killer whale? Which was the?
Orcas are killer whales.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Okay.
What?
Yes.
Yes.
What?
This is
Yeah, orcas. Yeah, orcas are killer whales.
yeah, it's the nickname.
Okay.
Someone make that be.
I had no idea. I'm not
You
a.
learned something.
I don't use terminology. Anyway.
You don't
hopefully-
need terminology. What the fuck?
I don't pay attention to this. Anyway, let's continue with.
You really
Canadian
said that
right-wing
the title
Nazis.
is interesting. I take that back.
Yeah. I don't know what this. I don't know
Yeah.
what this video is anymore, actually, because it's not a
Well,
thought
the,
experiment.
ti-
for
the
heroism.
title remains interesting. Just has nothing to do
Yeah.
with the video.
Yeah,
Oh
There
my
isn't
God.
any thought,
just
really.
off the
God.
track, I guess. They just
They're
go
gonna-
off rail.
She's not going to bring up the fucking Kyle Rittenhouse shit, is she?
Oh no, this is September.
The trial is so funny.
It is amazing.
Yeah, no, but
It's
that's
so funny.
The trial is amazing, but this came out in September, so no, she didn't bring it up.
Are we
Alright.
going to watch this till the end, or what?
Yeah, well,
If it gets
Yeah,
any
yes.
stupider, we're gonna stop. I'm getting kind of tired of this actually.
yeah.
How many
Yeah,
strikes
it's-
are we on?
At least 2.
Oh god, we're short of breaking.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, this is bad.
You can't have this many fucking.
Maybe the insanity is break is over and we get back to the topic in a few frames.
Let's try.
Oh,
Let's try.
And so, yeah, of course they would complain about being treated like cannon fodder, but,
Who?
you know,
Who is? What do we? Let me just rewind. I lost the plot a long time ago.
Okay, Orchard is saying that of course the right wing would complain to be depicted as cannon fodder because Nazis.
but we don't complain about being what?
No.
It's not depicting us.
Yeah, I need to hear it again.
Let's try one more time.
get you branded as
going on here?
being political by very angry right-wing assholes because in those last 15 years, North American conservatism has become synonymous with fascism. And
Okay, if you think, again, the PC Party of Canada is North American conservatism, there's this little country beneath us called America, all right? They take politics to a whole new level.
The country called America.
We are nothing compared to them when it comes to politics.
Yes.
Okay?
That's like the Scottish going. Well, oh God, Scottish politics is really weird. There's nothing more weird than Scottish politics. No, there is a place called England and also Wales. You'll always find somewhere weirder.
I pay attention to Canadian
Also-
politics and American politics. Canadian politics is boring. It is slow as hell.
Yeah. They have to wait for a handwritten letter from my queen so they can decide to do something.
To prorogue parliament or go to war. Yeah, it's ridiculous. With America, it's like
Funny
every
they use
20
Twitter.
minutes something's happening. And that's one
But-
news station.
But here's the thing: which fascist ruler or fascist group complained that stormtroopers in Star Wars were getting shot? I have never heard that argument because that's the argument they're making out here. But for some reason,
Maybe in The Force Awakens when there was a black stormtrooper.
no one complained about stormtroopers being shot. We complained about the fucking shitty writing and the fact that the entire trilogy is fucking terrible. And the fact of the matter is, it's all just a mess, and there's no story at all to anything. And anyone who pretends that there is clearly lying or delusional or has created headcanon
Yeah,
and made up shit.
so I don't
Yeah,
think...
that in the case of Finn, that he not just has just no emotions or is stoic about killing his former comrade, but enjoys it while
Yeah,
knowing what they're going through.
I mean, I don't know what the YouTuber's saying. I'm just
Yeah, we're gonna try.
guesstimating.
We're gonna try. Here's Vladimir Dragunov. Thank you for the 5. I would tell an abusive dad joke, but it would be just the punchline.
That's a good one.
I'm taking that one.
Thank you, sir. Okay. There we go.
So yeah, of course they would complain about being treated like cannon fodder, but, you know, fuck them and the people who simp for them. I know what you're thinking. Lily, I know you didn't just start a conversation about anti-heroes just to complain about the right, and you'd be technically correct. The thing is, this sentiment only benefits tyrants. Teaching people that killing tyrants makes them evil tacitly teaches them that the only way to fight tyranny is through completely ineffective means. Yet a lot of otherwise extremely anti-authoritarian people push this narrative to an absurd degree, which I find very strange.
Yeah, like Justin Trudeau. If you let your enemies kill you, they win.
What the fuck is going on here?
What? I wish you would
I agree.
give
I agree
examples.
as far as that is a tactic of the communists, has been for decades, to tell us to not retaliate against our bullies.
Yeah.
Because that would make us as bad as them. That's coming from the left, Archer. From the left.
Yeah, that's
And
why I
it's
want
ruined
examples.
generations. It's made them incapable of defending themselves into their adulthood. It's why they're so easy sheep.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
makes,
also-
again, the left culpable.
Yeah, well,
and the bad
Sorry,
guys.
I just want to raise my hand and just say, so what has this got to do with heroism?
Well, stand up for what's right.
Mike Testa wants to join the stream. I think.
Sorry, what was that? I don't know. I don't know what this video is about anymore. I'm confused.
Smart.
Orchard wants us to stand up against bad guys, not realizing that she's on the side of the current bad guys.
All right.
That's the joke here.
Right winger's bad. Okay, let's go back to fiction,
yeah,
please.
whatever. I don't care what you think of right wingers because she's clearly insane. Since your checks notes a bisexual, biracial, transgender, lesbian. Yes, because I'm going to take what you say as fucking facts and logic because you can't even decide what you are yourself.
Orchard couldn't
just
halfway
want to be
accurately
every-
describe what right and left wing is and what neo-Nazis are and where they fit
Yeah.
in these. And
Anyway.
what authoritarian and liberal is.
Yeah, we
and
gotta
libertarian.
get back to fiction, or we're going to
etc.,
stop real soon
etc.
because this is going nowhere.
Yeah, this is getting
People get tired when I
Sorry, go ahead.
Smart. Mike Testa wants to join.
No, Mike, this is not a world for you. maybe an anime stream will be good, but not this one. We're good.
Mike, just make some memes. Be perfectly okay.
We're already in too much pain.
Go. Just
Yeah.
make one of those again.
I honestly don't think it's going to last that long anyway. So,
We
but,
just want to get through this.
yeah.
Keep
Yeah.
your soul pure.
Anyway, let's keep going.
about a few certain shows to make points like this, so I'm a little different. I'm going to use my own personal experience with this, which means I'm going to be talking about fanfiction and OCs a little, but I think you'll find this interesting. Okay, so for the last 2 years, me and Michaela have been working on a self-indulgent...
Oh God.
Oh, they made a book?
Sake.
Okay,
Is
we
that a
may
girl?
get back to we might get back to storytelling.
Technically, yes, but oh God, I wrote a fan fiction about Star Wars. Like, oh, fuck me.
So
Let's hear the arguments, Bud.
This is my insane ramblings that I put into paper instead of smearing on my padded wall with my own feces.
Can you imagine?
You might enjoy this.
I wrote a Star Trek novella. It's like,
Yeah.
Rosa de Guadalupe.
I'm just.
Okay,
It's. Oh, why
See.
the fuck- what? I
okay.
can't. Right. Okay. Let me get my brain working so I can just just right. No, I've got nothing. My
All right.
brain's not working. Why are we talking about fan fiction again?
All right.
Why is it always?
When
fucking
has
fan
it ever
fiction?
worked?
well, so long as there's no Raylos talking about crap, we're good. So this should be something different, I hope. Anyway, Vladimir Dragunov, thanks again for the 5. Speaking of defending yourself, did you hear the prosecution invoked violent video games against Rittenhouse? Yeah, I actually tweeted about that. Rittenhouse
Yeah.
says there's a distinction between reality and video games. I thought it was perfect.
Yeah,
Thank
that was
you.
fucking great. It was
Oh,
amazing.
wait. So the left now brings up the video games make violent.
Yeah, a 20-year-old
thing
argument, and I'm just like, holy
that the
God.
conservatives made up in the first
Because
place.
they said that, oh, don't you want to have a kill spree using a rifle or whatever? It's like, well, there's shotguns and pistols and handguns.
We
in
remember
video games
when
too.
the left was on our side defending against the video games make violent stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But when it's
Crazy.
convenient for them, they dig it up and switch sides.
They wanted to
Who could have
equate
known their
a
backstabbers?
kid they can't
What a
understand
surprise.
with video games. Therefore, video games influenced him to want to be a vigilante and go around shooting people. He's like, no, they're not real.
I just like the fact that this supposed mass killer only shot 3 people who happened to be attacking him.
Yeah,
never
and
tried
he
making it
cried.
like
He
that.
was crying in the jury, or sorry, in the trial, and the judge had to have a 10-minute recess because the prosecution was out of order. I'm like, holy crap! Like, what the hell happened in there?
Yeah, but but the thing is, it's like the prosecution. They asked the Mr. Bicep guy about stuff, and he literally just said, "Yeah, I was attacking him, and I pulled my gun out. Yeah, and he only shot people in self-defense." And it's like, right, case closed. Anyway.
Yeah, that's a pretty good example.
Time for lunch.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny too. The kid that was crying on the left just suddenly started making fun of him.
Right, and the thing is, he was running away from people who were chasing him. He didn't fire first, so he didn't want to get involved.
Also, didn't there was another person who got another person actually got killed in that incident because there was actually 3 people who died because a woman got shot in the back of the head. Yeah, it supposedly think that one of the people who died while they had a gun shot someone in the back of the head by accident because they're just firing randomly.
Oh my God!
That's something that came up earlier with stuff, but I don't think it's involved in
Yeah,
this.
I'm going to wait till we get all the information after the trial because there's all kinds of details. But
yeah, coming up and down. All I know is there's no way that Kyle can not shoot into a crowd of people, but get attacked by 3 people, open fire, and kill 1 paedophile, 1 wife beater, and also a felon with an illegal firearm in a crowd of supposedly peaceful protesters. There's no way you
both
hit
pedophiles?
Yes, but the other one's a bit iffy and stuff. But all I'm saying is you can't.
Mr. Nosep also he had his gun, his concealed carry, invalidated, revoked, because of domestic abuse. I think of his brother
or something. The whole thing's a complete sham, and everyone knows that what happened was 3 incredibly evil people got shot. And that's
all right.
it.
Anyway, let's get back.
What are the chances?
Let's get back to this wonderful fictional story they're going to tell us about. Because they're not pushing a book or anything. They're just saying they're publishing or something. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, Star Wars fan fiction. How wonderful.
Right of the Star Wars sequel trilogy
My
that junks
favorite
most of
is
the
Jabba's
potential
slave
and legacy
girl.
bullshit in favor of a story about 2 traumatized lesbians killing fascists.
What?
Oh, what the?
Can we
what
stop
the
now?
fuck?
That was enough. Come on.
What the fuck? It's a Star
just
Wars story about 2
10 more
traumatized
seconds.
lesbians killing fascists.
And there's Sif apparently.
We have
With what I get from the
I would-
artwork.
we have
I
2.
wonder if this is self-insert because
Yes,
you
of
two
course
are
it is.
Let's just do 5 more seconds.
5.
fucking- Why 5
Make
Finish
it an
up the
even.
minute.
Make
Finish
it an
up the
even
minute.
5:30, okay?
All right, we'll go halfway.
Last minute.
6.5. We'll go to 6.5 minutes.
Okay.
All right. Okay. This is so pathetic.
This is honestly the most pathetic thing.
Hey guys, here's my book about 2 lesbian Sith Jedi
Who killed fascists?
who kill the fascists of the First Order. Okay.
And she's a
no.
person of color. Don't you feel represented?
Yeah, look at it. Wonderful fascists, because that's what they are. Oh no, actually, fascism doesn't exist in Star Wars because it's not our world, so the term fascism doesn't exist. So, okay.
And even if it
Great
did,
stuff.
it would have a different meaning
Meaning,
or connotation
yeah.
due to
Mhm.
our term in modern day being loaded politically to a warped extreme.
Also, what happened to stream. I don't get it.
Yeah, this. I don't understand what this video is now anymore. I just feel this is just.
Well, hopefully they'll get to the topic of heroism and inaction because we're talking
no, they
about.
don't. They will not.
Yeah, they won't.
Well, we're only going on for a minute, so that's enough for us to find out.
I think we ran out of water in the glass.
The glass was the water. It was a glass
the
made of
glass.
water. There you go.
Leave the water.
Anyway,
One of the main central characters is Darth Amarosa, one of the
Darth Amarosa. Just gorgeous name. Wonderful naming convention. I love it.
last few Sith Lords in the galaxy who has a very different approach to the Sith philosophy.
Oh, of course, they're unique. No one's ever thought of this philosophy. No one's brilliant idea. Totally original.
Oh, yeah.
And they're talking to Rey. Of course they're talking to Rey. It's perfect.
My
Amazing.
Sith is so special that my Sith thinks completely different about the Sith ways.
Yeah, my Mary Sue is better than
Every
this Mary
other
Sue.
fan fiction Sith.
Yeah, our Mary Sue is better than that one. That's great. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Oh.
Holy hell.
It's essentially all the nuance of the dark side that Disney stripped away. By all accounts, Amarosa is an extremely heroic character. She opposes tyrants of all stripes, First Order and Republic.
So not a Sith then.
Yeah, and the Rey picture was there to indicate that Orchard is against the Disney movies.
Yeah, so Sith,
which is something at least.
so you don't know the Sith. They love emotion. They love power. They wouldn't care. The whole philosophy of the Sith is to take over the person who's in charge.
Yeah, it's all about power.
They would
They
love
want to be in charge.
a hierarchy.
So they would be tyrants.
They would love a hierarchy. They would love to be part of it. They'd be, the Sith, yes, rule of two, baby. Here we come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Sith way comes down in practice to, if I am the one in power, in absolute power, then I am free.
Yeah. What Orchard really is saying is my Mary Sue has got a nice red lightsaber. That's it.
But didn't Mary Sue have a red lightsaber too?
Of course.
I don't care.
Anyway, here's Vladimir Dragunov again. Thank you for the 10. Woohoo. To defend fanfiction writers, not Lily, I've read some pretty entertaining Halo Star Wars crossovers, okay, but I don't. She could make it either entertaining. I doubt she could make it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. No, but this. My thing is this, right? Write your fan fictions, right? That's perfectly fine. Do that. But no offense, no one else really cares. Honestly, no one really gives two flying fucking shits about it outside of maybe if you do it on one of those fan fiction sites. No one else cares. No one else cares about Janice Kirkrefligelov of Planet Zorgon 7 defeating the Galactic Empire.
And even so,
no one
if you
cares.
want to be a science fiction author, do not copy George Lucas. Do not use Star Wars as a base. Do your own thing.
Create your own shit.
Science fiction is diverse.
She's from Persei Omicron 6.
Yeah, Percy.
Well, there's
Well,
such
usually like fan fictions, they're supposed to be for fun, right? Like,
yeah, exactly. But if you're
those are supposed
serious,
to be like thought experiments, right?
well,
Yeah.
not even. Fan fiction is just for you like a thing and you like the universe. I'm going to write about that thing in the universe, and that's it. If you want to be serious about being in a certain genre or writing for a certain genre, like Dunn, he makes his own stuff. He loves all kinds of fantasy books, but he isn't like, I'm writing like Brandon Sanderson. No, you're not. You're doing your own thing, Dunn. That's good.
Yeah. It's like me and a friend. We're setting up our own fantasy world to do stuff in, and we're writing histories and backstories and making characters, and it's quite a very long process. We've been doing it all through the original lockdown, but at no point we said, "Oh, we've got to do this like this." It's like, no, this is all our own ideas that we're just putting things in together. But I wouldn't bore everyone else with like, oh, here, I'm going to do my 16-hour reading of one of the things that I wrote. I'm like, oh, Jesus fucking Christ, even I'd be bored of it. So no one...
Anyway, let's listen to this fan fiction writer talk about their lesbian
fan fiction. Sith Lord who's fucking goody two-shoes.
Anti-totalitarian power monger who's not a Mary Sue, apparently. Okay.
Smud, I got some bad news. I think we're going to have to read some comments in the meme streams from this video. I think.
Oh God.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Anti-authoritarian
It's Joe
Sith.
Crazy's fault.
Anyway,
Well,
let's try and get through this wonderful. I didn't know it was gonna get this bad. Like this is.
This is shit.
Joe Crazy says we have to continue because comedic gold.
This is not funny.
Was her last video like this?
It was.
It's shite.
It was pretty bad. Yeah, I don't remember, but it was pretty bad.
Okay, but let's just keep going with this fanfiction.
Alike. She chastises characters who remain complacent with unjust systems, openly defies the notion of destiny, and encourages others.
So you're telling me a Sith
This is a
whatever
Mary Sue.
met Rey as well as Leia Organa? Just they could just do that. Okay, fine,
Yeah.
fantastic.
This sounds it's going into the direction of a Mary Sue.
Yeah.
Mary Sue,
Yes.
Mary Sue lesbian couple.
They're so perfect.
Imagine,
They can go anywhere. They can do anything. They're highly morally righteous than everyone else. It's like okay.
Smarter than all other
Imagine-
characters in referred to here.
imagine creating a character that makes Rey not look like that much of a Mary Sue. I've got to admit, that's pretty impressive.
That is
but
impossible. I think.
That is the Karen.
We've seen it here. This person.
I have a term for this. The Karen Sue.
Wait a second. Did she have a belt around her tits? That doesn't make sense. Like, come on. This is getting. Like,
Oh, is
That's
that? That's the
uncomfortable.
part. That's the part that doesn't make sense. But not a Sith who's a goody two shoes.
Okay, you not screw over tits.
guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
the authoritarian Sith.
If you're gonna get something right, get the boobs right. This is.
Smud's priorities, huh?
If you had boobs, you'd know that this is shit.
Hey, listen. I have a lot of experience with boobs. I don't know quite the belt situation.
Oh,
It's never
what?
come
I
up
didn't
in
know.
conversation.
I don't know
You
if
too?
VR counts.
Anyway, let's stop. No, let's keep going. Okay.
to do the same, and spends half the story teaching Rey about
Oh fuck! No! Just stop! This is so stupid.
This is I thought this was just a
This is
joke.
pathetic.
You have Rey in your story and are berating her.
This is insane.
Oh my god!
Are you 5? What is the? I want my
serious.
character to talk to Rey and teach her how to be gooder. Like, no, you freaking child.
Oh my god, my Sith character
Wow.
is teaching the person how to be good. What? Why?
Because reasons.
Why would you?
This is
What? Why?
If this guy was
Why
part of
is
a writer's circle, everyone would laugh at him within seconds. Like, are you out of your mind?
I now know what Joe Crazy means with comedy gold.
Oh, what the fuck is this? This is so pathetic. I want to hear more about how pathetically bad this character is. I was not laughing at it. I'm sorry. I'm not even interested in her arguments. They're interested in the arguments anymore. I just want to hear, oh, my character did this and this. It's like, are you pathetic?
How old is this person? Like, in their late 20s? Like, what is this?
They should be old enough to know better, but you know.
I think Orchard is 30ish.
Oh my.
Sounds
Oh
like
my
it.
god.
Oh
my
yeah,
God.
like a child.
I think
Like
I
a
was writing
child.
fan
Writing
fiction
like
when
a
I was
child.
like 9 or maybe 8.
Yeah. Jesus. And then my character met with Rey, and then they solved all their problems and lived happy ever after in Gumdrop Valley. The end.
And then
Give
we
me
had
money,
chocolate
I'll
with
take it.
marshmallows.
Yeah. And we killed fascists.
And then the marshmallows were out, and we had to new marshmallows, but
And
the
then,
shop was
and
closed,
then-
and then we looked
and
for another
then-
shop, and then we ran out of money.
and then,
Okay. All right. This is going to get worse. I just.
I regret what it is.
Yeah, so do I.
I regret everything.
Go on,
All right.
give us more.
Let's go.
Give us more.
the machine of space capitalism is oiled with the blood of
Are you fucking kidding me? Space capitalism? What is this shit? I can't believe this is serious.
Every fucking word is nonsense.
Space capitalism. What? It's okay. Anyway, Orchard. A thought experiment on the heroism. You've done. There's not been any thought. There's been no experimentation. There's been no heroism. It's just been you polishing your own dick about this black woman you made. Also, your artwork is terrible.
Do you think space communism would look any different from the Empire?
I don't know what to say anyway. This is getting lost. I'm just like, what are you doing?
Anyway, let's keep going on about space communism, shall we, guys?
She's essentially a woke socialist Sith Lord.
Oh, fuck off. This is so bad.
Yeah. So okay. So this is an evil character.
A woke
least with
socialist
a-
Sith Lord. What the hell is that?
Authoritarian character who thinks to be anti-authoritarian, which makes this a very insane Sith.
This is insane. Why did you write this crap? Oh.
That means that this character is more insane than Darth Maul while he had a spider body.
Oh my god! I told you we should continue the video.
Why would you ever just
Watch the
stay
video,
out loud?
huh?
Wow.
Oh my god! Why would you ever just continue? She's like a woke socialist.
Orchard, you are insane that you think that this description describes someone to be heroic in an unironic fashion. Socialism is evil.
That's
How
real
many skulls
heroism.
for the skull throne do you want to produce with that nonsense ideology that knows nothing about economy or human rights?
I could teach my 5-year-old niece how to write a story about cute animals that would make more sense.
Oh
than
my
this
god!
shit.
This is amazing. This is such levels of delusion that
Anyone who talks about their fan fiction already, is going to be a ridiculous story to tell.
it is.
This is just, I believe in bad things, but for good people. And there's a bad person called a Sith, and it's just like the other Sith, but they're the good kind of Sith, and they're going to take on the totalitarian regime of the first, and I'm going to put them in, and then it's like, okay, you're not making any sense.
This is
Yeah,
great.
you are literally writing the opposite of what you think you're writing, and you are just I don't know. Yeah, it's like I want a Sith character, but I'm going to make him not Sith. I'm also going to make him socialist and woke.
So we have Grey Jedi, we have Grey Sith, Jolie Bindo and KOTOR. The way that was done, the other characters in there that were Jedi also Sith in the first game.
But this is not that.
No. I'm not even sure if this is a Mary Sue. I can't even tell where we're going.
Oh, this must be a Mary Sue.
No, I really can't, because Mary
We've got
Sue.
indicators for that.
This is more like grandstanding. This is more like the author just saying crazy shit. And this person could be weak. I have no idea. They could have tragedy.
That's why I said
Did you say
Karen
on
Sue.
weed? What?
Because this Mary Sue also berates everyone like a Karen.
Yeah, it's something else. I don't know.
Well, she is black, so maybe she's being sassy.
I think yeah, all right. Just being fucking
Black coded, right?
Anyway,
This is just-
let me read some super chats or I'm going to go nuts. Vladimir Dragunov, thanks again for the 5. Imagine being so evil a freaking Sith is telling you to chill out. Yeah, there's something not making sense with this.
What's
That
the ratio
chessboard
on
looks
this?
so uncomfortable.
One
What's
more
the
from
ratio on this?
the ratio. No,
What's
it's
ratio?
let me just check actually.
Does it matter?
1.5 thousand to 88.
Oh, obviously no one who's got a brain actually watched this video. So
Anyway, Vladimir Dragunov for the 10. Okay, there's a place to advertise your fanfiction. YouTube is one of the last places to put it. There's dozens of fanfiction sites to discuss your fanfic. Go there. Go literally anywhere else. Do not make a video about you summarizing your pile of crap.
shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No offense, actually no, full offense, because fuck it. No one cares about your boring story.
There are reasons to make fan fiction.
Nobody cares.
Like when something is bad, like when the ending to Mass Effect 3 was bad, everyone tried to correct it, not by reinventing shit, to just making it make sense. This is, hey, I really like the sequel trilogy, but it didn't do totalitarian regime change enough, so I'm gonna invent whatever and have this character attack them. It's like that's not a problem. That's
Rey wasn't enough of a Mary Sue for me, so I'm going to create an even greater Mary Sue to tell her to be even more of a Mary Sue. You're like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Anyway, I think my sinuses are cleared, so that's
This is
pretty much the opposite of an objectionable character, and his reception to her has been thoroughly mixed. Why? Because she is still Sith to the very core. There's one scene where she looks upon a group of galactic trillionaires relishing in their decadent...
Oh, you fucking got to be fucking joking. You've got
this.
Who's Rick? Do you mean inside mixed inside your story or audience reception?
I just like the fact that Orchard thinks that ignoring a trillionaire means there's inaction. It's like, no, you're a communist. You just don't like people with money. That's
all right.
it.
Anyway, let's.
Here's my
They
Patreon.
exploit slave children for profit and entertain. You remember the Canto Bite scene, I'm sure. So what does she do? Kill them. She just fucking kills them. Basically, that.
Wow, great character. That's amazing.
Yeah, by the way, this fits with how Antifa sees itself. The communists see themselves. they just Sith are jealous of those who have more power than them, are more successful than them. So what they want to do, what they want to manage, is to kill them. That's how they surpass others, by tearing those who are better than them down.
What a complex character.
Communists do the same thing because they're out of their narcissism. They can't excel themselves, so they tear those who are better than them down.
I have a feeling that Archer's going to complain that Rose Tico didn't kill enough people in Canto Bight.
I have a feeling that Ultra is gonna sell us Rose Tico as a good character.
Well, we got 10, 13 seconds left, so let's just get.
No. We've got 5 more minutes. I want to watch the whole thing.
Are you serious?
I am too.
I want to see.
This is getting good.
I want to see if she gets over this fucking wanking off of their own fucking stuff and actually onto anything interesting. I mean, it won't happen, but I want to see how long she goes on about this fucking stupid fan fiction, because I'm laughing at it, because it's getting more and more insane.
All right, let's go.
Thing Rose said she wanted to do in the film. Now, in a time where Eat the Rich and setting up guillotines outside of Jeff Bezos' house is practically a pastime, her slaughtering a bunch of parasitic rich...
Oh, you mean... So you want to kill the leaders of Black Lives Matter, yes?
That's fucking rich. Oh boy.
Eat the rich. Give me money. Give me money. Give me money. Give me money.
That means you want to kill AOC?
Yeah.
And Joe Biden?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Oh my god, this is great.
Are you ever thinking what you're saying? Are you ever thinking that through to the end?
Oh no, this is fantastic. This is great. I'm loving it. I'm just loving this delusional fucking shit.
Buy large mansions. Yeah, that's BLM.
Mm-hmm.
She kills trillionaires. Yeah, okay.
Bernie Sanders?
Yeah.
Drew a great deal of criticism from people who didn't really know what they were objecting to. These people were openly making everything worse, profiting off of war by double dealing under the table and enslaving children. They're pure fucking scum, and yet killing
they're not.
was something people...
The Communist Party of China? The Clinton family? Everyone who was on Epstein's Island?
People who make munitions for war aren't scum. They're called people who make munitions for war. That's all they do. It's...
Hollywood?
And
Yeah.
and double. What does double dealing mean? It's like, I'm going to sell to whoever wants to buy my product. So
Yeah.
who cares?
You do that twice, I guess. That's double deal.
The best thing about it is they always talk about people selling stuff. Have you never heard of the Rothschilds? They've funded both sides of each war since the Napoleonic War. This is what happens with banks.
The same with Rockefeller.
Yeah, the bank and the marketplace, they'll buy and sell if you're gonna get a better return. They don't care what the reason is. It's money.
Or maybe teaming up with someone.
Rockefeller's different than the Rothschilds. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's another family that's been financing both sides of the war since World War One.
The Rothschilds have been doing it since Napoleonic times. They funded both Napoleon and also the British. So.
Oh my, that goes way back, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
because before that whole war economy nonsense with World War One, wars were always costing money. Those who were waging them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they were losing resource losing games, and ever since World War One, it's just how do we profit off of it?
Anyway. One more super chat from Vladimir. Thank you for the 5. If you are going to shill your fanfic, it better be Lord of the Rings quality of writing. Well, that would be helpful. That would be nice. Actually have a skill and pick a setting that is, ripe.
Oh, I remember. J.P. Morgan.
Bank.
That was who was funding both sides of both wars.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's another. So yeah, it happened. So
sorry,
it's just business. There's nothing inherently good or evil. That's how business works. The same business that allows you to spend money now and have your grandchildren pay for it causes you to get all your social programs on a federal level.
In those cases, going over the numbers, it's pretty obvious that they couldn't have happened without that money.
If they didn't have a central bank, none of the entire, past 100 years maybe, in North America at least, would never have happened.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're not going to talk about economics because that's way too complicated for Miss, what's her shit over here? I can't remember her name. Lily Orchard, there we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Ostrich.
Ostrich.
Oh.
Okay. Anyway.
Objected to. And I read a lot of backlash to this, and it often consisted largely of complaints that they were unarmed, or simply that the act of killing is always wrong regardless of context. But there was no argument for why they should have been allowed to continue as they are. And the arguments...
It's called business. They're allowed to freely enterprise whatever they like.
Oh no, they're using slaves. Is slavery?
It's called right to bodily autonomy.
But also,
which means no injuries, death. If you want to get at these people and you want to be the hero type, you put them on trial.
Yeah. But the major question is slavery illegal on this planet?
See, the Sith would actually kill this person and take their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They wouldn't just kill because this person's evil. You are evil. You are Sith. What do you get out of it? No Sith
you're not sounding like much of a anti-hero Sith.
Yeah,
you just sound like a goody two-shoes Jedi.
Yeah, Sith just don't go around slaughtering people. That's not what the Sith do. They don't give a shit for a bunch of rich folks. They don't care about money. It's a tool to them. They don't give a shit.
Well, it's like, do they not think about, the Force?
They care big time, but that's where they get all their power from. They care about how much power
the
they
light
got.
side and the dark side. Where does that stem from?
And with these
what emotions
giant corporations, war profiteers.
Yeah, if you
it doesn't matter whether you kill one guy there.
If you
the
watch,
bloody machine keeps running.
Yeah, if you watch the Clone Wars, you realize, prior to the sequels, or rather the prequels, there's all these businesses involved, the Trade Federation, the Techno Union, all these groups vying for power, and Dooku's right there in the center of it all, trying to navigate and steer them in a certain way. They don't just kill people. Yeah. That's pathetic. That's not a Sith. That's an idiot.
Yeah, and that too, without the bank consortium, or I don't remember what it was called, the big, the tall guys with the big heads.
The banking clan.
Camino.
Yeah. Without them, the war could not have had continued either.
There's a scene in Attack of the Clones, for God's sake, where they're talking about it, saying that and the banking clan will provide us with funds to man these droid factories and stuff, and it's like, yeah, they're talking about all this stuff that needs to be done. It's like Dooku's not like, and I just kill every single person, and we win the Clone Wars, and it's like,
yeah, and in season 7 of the Clone Wars, Padme is pleading with the Bang clan.
Mm-hmm.
Is that where that scene, this is how Liberty dies? Is that where it comes from?
No.
That's a completely different movie.
But it's playing shortly before Revenge of the Sith.
All right.
Oh, okay. Got the movie.
Here's Vladimir Dragunov again for the 5. Remember that killing unarmed soldiers who either surrendered or are unable to defend themselves is a war crime? Yeah.
Yeah.
So just slaughtering civilians who happen to be rich is murder. So.
It's a crime,
but Orchard wants this character to be an anti-hero in the sense of the Punisher. So that everything is okay as long as the target is good.
Space Punisher.
Which is something that that Antifa believes in, that there are no bad tactics, only bad targets, which means that they have no morals.
Yeah, but the Punisher has morals.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Which is why Antifa are not good guys. They are villains because they just choose random targets. If they could, they'd kill them and posthumously declare them fascists or whatever, or subversive elements that are what do they always say? Reactionary and counter-revolutionary. So it was right to have killed them. It's basically putting weapons onto civilians after you accidentally murdered them, and saying, "Oh, they're enemy combatants."
Oh yeah.
All right. Anyway, let's try and keep on going.
Hence, this part of the story were unfocused at best. That my stalkers will always object to what I write, regardless of what it is, I found the directionless nature of this backlash to be very interesting. Pop culture has been pushing the theme of violence against the violent being a supreme evil for a long time. Star Wars itself pushes that notion a lot.
What are you doing?
He's a traitor to the Republic. Letting him live is too dangerous.
Why? Letting you kill him is against our Jedi beliefs. I won't allow it.
Why don't you just show the actual scene from the movie? Why
are you showing the very bad? Why are you? What?
I'm starting to think that Orchard is a psychopath.
She is. Psychopath, but she's just mentally fucking retarded.
It's just, your self-insert character is just a psychopath who has a power. That's just a power fantasy. That's an actual power fantasy.
Yeah, but it's actually.
I don't know. Anakin was seduced to the dark side, so you know.
Lava Dunn.
That aside, but Orchard is putting personal political beliefs into this character and puts that into action, which in that case does reflect back on Orchard wanting to kill people. Deemed worthy targets of taking out of life.
Because
the
character's clearly a self-insert, and this character's doing exactly what Orchard would want to do if she was a Sith, quotation mark.
Mm-hmm. Had force powers and the lightsaber.
Yay.
Okay.
Man, wow, this wow.
And so a lot of people have absorbed that belief unquestioningly and hold it as a moral code that defines a good guy as someone who is an anti-violence extremist. And people who are violent are at the very least morally gray. And Amarosa is not framed as either of those things. She is openly violent toward oppressors, and the narrative never once paints her in the wrong for being so. And in fact, people who parrot the above sentiment are often portrayed as naive, foolish, hypocritical, or just plain old wrong. And her influence on other characters is not presented as a bad thing. Because of her influence, when Rey sees sees a guard on Coruscant abusing a Twi'lek war refugee, she kills the bastard and feels no remorse for it. This also prompted a similar response from one person who said, "What if the cop had a family he can no longer provide for because he's been killed?" And my response to that was to say he should have thought of that before he started abusing his authority for no reason. He didn't think about his family. Why should Rey? The idea of killing someone who has inflicted untold suffering on a daily basis is anathema to a lot of people, and they struggle to explain why that is the case or what should be done instead. I firmly believe it's because they were told to think this. They consumed the avalanche of stories where pacifism is glorified.
Guys, killing is good.
And I said that glorification of extremist dull brain pacifism comes from the left. Pacifism that makes sense still allows self-defense.
So when a police is abusing his authority, you kill him. Okay, that's.
What is he?
You don't know the backstory of what led to that. Led to the scene. Maybe the Twi'lek is just feigning it. We don't know. I don't know the story. I don't know the backstory of those two characters.
Yeah, but who the hell would read this shit? So you know.
How is it glorified? That's what I want to know. Where's the example?
Baffling is that Orchard makes a video justifying the insane actions of insanely written characters in a fan fiction to the wider public.
And berates the heroes.
Maybe your writing is just bad.
That's all he wants to do. He got criticized for his shitty writing, and so now he has to make a video to explain heroism and
he got so aroused by people criticizing him, he had to make a video about it. But instead of framing it and I'm going to reply to my critics, I'm going to talk about heroism and blah blah blah, and then politics.
Yeah, let me redefine in his mind define the term, and then that makes it everything I did okay.
Yeah, boy.
This is so nuts.
So the thing is, it's just like, so what are you just saying that everyone who you disagree with if you think they're bad, kill them. It's like, right, okay, or I think you're bad. So does that mean I can kill you now? Because that's not how this works.
Yes.
Oh, but she has a family.
This is.
You should have thought of that.
You should have thought about that before murdering an innocent Gamoran guard.
Yeah, so this is perhaps one of the worst examples of fan fiction, not because the characters are written poorly, we don't know, but because it's like, oh, if I was in this story, I would do this, and I would tell this character off, and I would kill that guy. It's like, yeah, okay, we get it. You're on a power trip.
We get it. You're
falling to the dark side. Good for you.
How do Twi'lek still keep ending up as slaves all the time?
Because they're fucking useless. To be brutally honest, and what does it matter? This is just. What a silly.
Anyway, this is
worse
nowhere.
than Jar Jar Binks.
Come on.
Let's just keep going. We're almost there.
Unquestioningly, and as such, they haven't thought about the ethics and complicated mess of that belief. That question of what if the cop had a family is interesting because I always consider a very different version of that. If she doesn't kill him now, how many more people will he abuse? In the small scale, that Coruscant guard's
can we bring up the guy who suffocated because he had an overdose after he threatened a pregnant woman with a knife?
And why did she kill him? Why didn't she just break his arm or something with the Force? Why snap his neck?
This actually brings up a very interesting thing about a character who was mentioned earlier, and I think has been forgotten about because we stopped talking about actual heroism a long time ago once the words woke socialist Sith came up. But Batman has a no-kill rule, and you have the Joker, who kills numerous people. And people always ask, why does Batman not just kill the Joker? And he does a good response. Because if he kills the Joker, he's no better than him, and it might also mean that he will keep on killing.
Yeah.
So he doesn't kill the Joker.
And it's indicative of what happened to him as a child. He doesn't want to see another person die. It's not what it's against his ethos. So there's lots of reasons why Batman was, not reinvented, but clarified in later works, later comics, to give him that moral standing that explains his behavior, which is plot related and allows him to be Batman. This person just outright kills cops because they're a bit violent with people. You're like, that's not going to teach him anything.
So instead of like getting the person arrested and kicked out of his job, shown an example, and brought things are brought to the proper authorities to change their ways, because whatever. I'm just making a point here.
Not even Punisher goes that far.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kill this person because that'll stop future.
Right, and this is Ray.
Doing stuff. It's like,
this is not his invented Sith character. This is Ray. Ray just snaps people's necks now. Like, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Can you imagine like Captain Kirk just rounding a guy's head over with his shoulder?
No. It's not even Captain Kirk. Can you imagine Captain Picard just like smashing some guy's head in with a stone?
I disagree with you, sir. Crack.
It's like, what was it? Darmak and Jalal. Just instead of like understanding, Captain Picard just like stabs him repeatedly to death, going, "I've got time for your mumbo jumbo," and all that sort of shit.
Oh God! I know Ray's a bad character, but she's not a violent lunatic.
I'm just imagining like Captain Picard going on a murderous spree, and it's like tea, Earl Grey, hot, just finishing it off, covered in blood.
Oh God! All right, we got a bunch of super chats from Vladimir. Sorry, I missed him. I was just contemplating my existence for a moment there. So Ray murders a dude. Yeah, essentially, that's what it boils down to. Another one. Would you rather read this or a story of Spartan June from Halo Reach being sent to Tatooine at the start of Episode 4? Oh, that might be interesting. Episode 4 is cool.
Yeah.
Could work.
Yeah, that sounds. Is that one of those Halo Star Wars crossovers? Yeah, that could be interesting. That could be interesting. It'd be a lot more interesting than the woke socialist Sith teaching Ray to snap people's necks.
Does it represent Islam?
Yeah, the Islam of the Jedi. Yeah.
No, the Islam of Halo, because the Halo symbol is like.
Oh right.
Remember.
Oh
well,
God,
the
no!
Jedi symbol is the same thing.
Oh God!
It has that crescent on the on like a star. I think.
Oh, stop! No, stop it!
Oh God! Allah Akbar! And
oh, I don't even remember that video anymore. Anyway,
as Darth Vader says as he threw Emperor Palpatine down the thing, Allahu Akbar.
One more from Vladimir. Wonder if Lily is on Rittenhouse's side. Yeah, I doubt it.
I very much doubt that.
Oh.
Anyway, cop killing. Lord. What do you? How did that ever get in this story? Wow, what an idea. Anyway, let's keep going.
Abuse of authority is not an isolated incident. He sought out that authority specifically to wield it like a cudgel. It's school bully mentality. Abusers like having power.
Yeah, and murdering him isn't. Yeah, thanks. That's great.
Yeah.
And they enjoy wielding that power. Her wife's tutelage, Ray is smart enough to know.
Whose wife's tutelage? Who got married? What?
Can I just point out that there's a
wait, did she kill him in front of his wife and child?
I want to hear this. Yeah.
Yes.
Having power over people, and they enjoy wielding that power. And because of her wife's tutelage, Ray is smart enough to...
Her wife's tutelage. Ray married someone, and it's a woman.
Oh God, oh God, please don't say she marries the created character.
She marry us.
Oh my God! No wonder no one likes this fan fiction. Oh God, if the Raylos found out about this,
what?
It's Raisbian.
Raisbian. Oh God.
This is so bad.
This is why. This is unbelievable.
I can't take it anymore. It's so stupid.
just keep playing. We just got to
all right.
And I love this slice.
I'm done with Bloodbook. I can drink again.
Look at this slice. Obviously, lightsabers shatter your body into little ripples. Just
look at that! Twi'lek and a child. like that tonic is like
no,
the eyes.
Yeah, what a hero.
That is not a Twi'lek. That is a Togruta.
Oh, Wisp.
What a hero.
Yeah,
Wisp,
yeah,
no
and
one
it's
cares
just
about the
it's
actual
just worse
proper
because it looks like I don't know which one this is. I hope it's not Ahsoka.
So if you have a serrated knife, it would actually saw through bone and in an even way. This is a lightsaber. It's plasma level heat. It would just melt through anything. But apparently,
it's
not so much with human skin and bone. It just sort of shatters the.
Unless
rips it apart.
Rey's got like fibromyalgia in her hands, so she can't like keep it straight while she like swings. So
and she's not straight herself.
She swung in a zigzag pattern straight into the person's arm.
Yeah, for maximum pain.
We call it the lesbian swing. I don't know.
But she did so fast. It's just one arc. You can't.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's one arc, which is more than she had in 3 movies.
Oh, maybe the lightsaber is just shaped that way. Maybe we're all wrong.
Maybe it's about family.
Yeah, it is actually. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, if the family watches somebody die. Yeah,
marriage and this.
Right,
whatever.
the lesbian couple that has a Force baby. Okay.
No, let's not even go there.
Hey, Anakin was a Force baby.
Here's
Well, it's established now.
Here's non-Vitae Rex. The line must be drawn here, and he stabs someone.
To be honest with you, people actually do take that line out of context. That is literally his. He's actually wrong with what he said. But he's going a bit nuts.
Yeah, he's going crazy in the movie about stopping the Borg and.
Yeah. So, he's right, but he's doing it in the wrong way.
Exactly. He's sacrificing the ship and everyone else. Yeah.
It's like
fun
he's
movie,
killing
though.
he's killing his crew.
One of those weird,
fun
movie, but it's stupid. Yeah, it's stupid. Anyway.
It's not a Star Trek movie.
Well, none of them really are.
It's a fucking Star Trek movie.
It's the best Next Generation movie, but only because it's like who said it? It's Die Hard in space.
With Picard. Picard is.
Yeah, no, I can't remember who said it. But
no.
Someone said no, but I think it's like Drink made a joke about it, saying like it's Die Hard in space, and yeah, pretty much. It's just Picard trapped. But
John McClane's body, yeah.
Yeah.
Another bald man running around.
I mean, come on, he wears a white
motherfucker.
Yeah, but Picard wears a white vest, a wife beater,
and swings on mechanical apparatuses. Yeah.
Also, Patrick Stewart is fucking ripped in that movie. Like, Jesus Christ. It's like, where did that come from? I mean...
Yeah.
Maybe Hugh Jackman
he was in his
helped
70s then. Yeah, Hugh Jackman helped him.
I mean, it's possible, I don't know.
Oh, but yeah. Anyway, enough about First Contact. Something much more enjoyable than whatever shit we've got here.
Anyway, back to this shit. Okay.
Know that he has done this before, and if he is not, he will do it again, and he will.
So wait a second. She broke someone's neck, so this is someone else that she's just chopping his arm off. That'll help the family. Yeah, good going, Ray. Just dismember someone. That's a great. What is this? This Allah? Is someone speaking to her through the Quran? Like, what is happening here?
Just murder absolutely fucking everyone, Ray. You'll soon get rid of all the bad people in the world. Just do what the voices tell you.
Chop their arms off. They were a thief forever. Never.
I like the fact that obviously this was all done after episode 9. So supposedly she's got all the voices of a Jedi, and she's being told by a fucking Sith just to kill everyone. And Ray's like, "Yeah, okay, then." It's like, what?
I'll marry this Sith.
She's Rey Skywalker. Yay!
There's no punishment, it's killing. There's no punishment. It's just killing.
Yeah. I'm Rey Skywalker, killer of everything. Destroyer of evil.
Kill someone. In the large scale, you have the Amarosa killed. If she didn't do something, they would continue to inflict untold suffering on so many people, and that suffering will be on her hands. Sure, it might not dismantle space capitalism, but the
How is not doing anything putting her in fault?
You know, you're making a great... Orchard, you're making an amazing point for killing communists.
Yeah, I just...
So if you see, you see a banker going into his car, and you know somehow that this banker has slaves. If you don't kill this person, you're causing this banker to get more slaves or make people suffer. Is that the logic?
Yes.
I think so. I don't know.
So he's justifying killing.
Unless he's like a person of color, then it's okay.
Yes.
That point wasn't made.
By the way, Smudcast, yes. Just yes.
Okay. Thank you, Psychopath. That's great. Thank you for that wonderful lesson there. Okay.
of a long-term goal doesn't undercut short-term. You've probably heard of the trolley problem,
No.
a philosophical experiment where 4 people are strapped to one track and 1 person is strapped to another. You have access to a
can't
lever which
count,
will
that's
switch
5.
the tracks. If you do, the 1 person dies. If you don't, 4 people die. It's
That's
a
5.
beautiful philosophical...
There are 5 people!
Wait,
Oh
hold
my
on.
God. Captain Picard, no! You can't just reset the trolley.
That we're all thinking the same here.
Blind, I guess.
There are
Damn
5
commies
bodies.
able to distinguish between 4 and 5.
Orchard, I'll let you go if you just say there's 5 people on the trolley.
So what argument is she aiming for? I don't get
I
it.
don't know. She just wants an excuse to murder people.
I'm saying Alfred is making a great point for killing socialists.
Yeah.
To end the menace once and for all.
Maybe she's going to pull out her lightsaber and just cut the trolley in half and everyone dies.
My response...
Is that the argument? Because
No,
that's the only thing.
No, see, let Orchard do the trolley problem.
There we go.
Orchard's like this. No, Orchard's like this. You could choose between the 5 people and the 1 people, or, as like Ray should do, you just take that 1 person, put them next to the other 5, and run them all over because they're probably all capitalist pig dogs or something.
Well, they're on a railroad.
Why-
Obviously, it's run by capitalists, so, you know.
Yeah.
Why is killing yourself not an option?
I find the rail tracks to be very, very oppressive and authoritarian, for they only allow specific paths to go along. This is a very binary path. We should dismantle trains and allow for free roaming cars to open up a non-binary spectrum of movement. So we can
Well,
move around all the people.
Wisp,
Wisp,
you're
what
actually
the-
making a good argument.
the hell
It
are you
was
talking
created by men, after all.
Who owns?
Right? It was the men who built the railroads.
Who owns the trolley, though? Are they playing both sides? Is this just...
they're going to back up the trolley and go the other way.
Yeah. No, but are the people who own the trolley also the people who are making the decision? Because then they're just playing both sides of the argument, and it's just like the war profiteers or something. I don't know. Something crazy.
Okay.
Yes.
The trolley problem here.
Right.
Trap, because people get really bogged down
Social
in
experiment.
ethic, logic away what the sensible decision is. But the actual question presented by the trolley problem is very simple. If you choose to do nothing, are the deaths of those 4 people your fault? If the hero chooses not to kill the villain because it's wrong, are they responsible for the suffering that villain will continue to...
You know what a real life trolley problem is? When you have a plane hijacked by terrorists and your military has to make the decision, do we shoot it down or not?
Yeah.
Because you don't know where that plane is gonna end up.
Here's
If
a...
it's
Yeah,
gonna
that's-
crash off its own somewhere in nowhere, if somehow the situation can be solved and gotten under control again, or well, wherever it is supposed to go down according to the terrorists.
Here's
You don't know that.
donation from Tyler Preston. Thanks for the 1. This is some Minority Report bullshit logic. She is spewing, punishing people for something they haven't done yet, except instead of just putting them into prison, Lily has gone straight up murdering people.
Yes. Yeah.
And she's accusing people for watching an event for being liable for the effects of that event, which is insane.
That's almost like saying if you watch 9/11 when it happened, it's your fault for not doing anything.
What's the famous line? If that people say, "Oh, I saw something and then I did something about it," or some nonsense like that. It's like, well, okay, but that doesn't mean you helped or it caused the events to be different. You didn't pull the lever. You just told someone else something's happening. You didn't step in.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's Vladimir Dragunov. If you're generally interested in the story about June, it's called Noble's Eye. Okay.
I'll give it a shot. It can't be anything worse than what we've just been having to sit through.
I just went to grab a drink, so I'm like wondering why Sonic the Hedgehog is on here.
Oh,
we're all wondering why Sonic.
How did we transition to this?
I don't know. To be honest with you, I'm just here for the ride. So.
All right, let's see. Let's see this non-action action, which causes death and destruction. It's all that person's non-action fault.
Bring to others.
When you can do the things that I can, but you don't, and then the bad things happen. They happen because of you.
But when I saw innocence,
Fuck off.
I knew I had the power to do something about it. I couldn't just watch it all burn down around me.
This sentiment that killing evil people makes you evil doesn't consider that. It doesn't even present it as a possibility. In fact, if you presented that question to most people, they would reflexively say, no, it's not their fault. They're not responsible for the actions of another person, even if they did have the power to do something about it. It's a very selfish form of morality, putting your own personal goodness above the welfare of others. It's classic egoism.
No, it's not. What are you talking about? Because I have the authority to blow up a country, if I'm the American president or whatever, I could end suffering in a country or despot or whatever because I have Tomahawk missiles or whatever. Yeah, I could kill hundreds of people that are in charge of a country and prevent their regime from destroying thousands of families.
My God. This is I'm going to say this for the last time. I do not give you permission to just go around killing people. We're not going to give you this permission.
Like, you imagine that? Oh yeah, the American president just started bombing parts of Africa and Kuwait.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't act, then all these people would have suffered. It's like you just started World War III.
Well, I decided to stop starvation in Ethiopia. I decided to nuke it. It's just solve the problem. So hey ho.
This is nuts.
I don't know why she used the what is it, the Spider-Man clip in the what other movie was that?
Civil War.
The thing is, you can't work 24/7 to save people. You're just human after all. Iron Man is just human after all. Spider-Man is just human after all. Even if he has no special powers. The trolley problem only means that when you pull the lever, you do take responsibility for that death. That is on you. Mm-hmm. Most people, if they stood in front of that, would be paralyzed.
Yeah, this is not the most common plight of Superman, because Superman can be almost anywhere instantly, very quickly, right? His agenda is, I need to save the most amount of people the most efficient way possible, because he's so strong and so fast. And he has to make choices. He can't save everyone at the same time.
Yeah.
So that's
except when he does reverses time. But
essentially, even Superman has limits.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he has to accept that because that's reality. He cannot.
Yeah, because there are evils in the world Superman can't fight.
Exactly, and it's physically impossible. As strong and fast as he is, he cannot be everywhere at once. So, someone's business is not necessarily the world's business, and vice versa.
Yeah, Superman. The best Superman can do is inspire.
Sometimes the worst things you can do is get involved.
Yeah,
but
yeah. What did his father die from? A heart attack, right?
Yeah.
That right there demonstrates like what what Superman's limitations are.
Or if you take the new movie, he dies from just giving up.
Yeah. Look, the world was not ready for him.
I'm
okay?
protecting my son by dying or some bullshit. You're like, okay.
I'm protecting my son by slightly hurting my ankle and going, no, don't save me.
What was I supposed to do? Let him die? Maybe.
The best thing about that scene, what made that scene better would be if there was like a voice clip of Kevin Costner going, well, his dad in the tornado going, I regret my decision, Superman, save me. Oh my god, this really hurts. Death is not easy.
Yeah, we wanted to give Kevin Costner a heroic sacrifice. We didn't know how, so we just covered him in a tornado. You're like, what?
Yeah, we didn't know. He slightly hurt his ankle. That's the best thing.
Saving a dog. Like, oh.
Yeah, it was.
You can almost see the cane pulling Jonathan Kent away from the scene. So funny.
Yeah, it's just.
It's a cartoon now. Yay!
I regret sacrificing myself. This really hurts.
Anyway, Vladimir.
He was at peace. Okay, you guys don't understand the film.
Vladimir is still shilling the fan fiction that he recommends, and I think you could list any fan fiction. Will probably be better than this.
Yeah.
To make it easier, you might want to type up Noble's Eye fan fiction on Google, and I'm sure you'll find something there. So. Anyway, back to listening to the psychopath talk about why to kill people is good.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man's also a murderer, too. Yay.
That the self is or should be the motivation and goal actions. People might be dying, but at least you stuck to your principles. And apparently that's worth it. And this is reflected in the way that for a...
Hold on. Spider-Man saves the Vulture in the Marvel Universe. He's murdered people.
Yeah.
And yes, Orchard, that is worth it. Because you cannot make a better world by becoming as bad as the villains. Because that means you've crossed a threshold, you will cross it again, and you just become the next tyrant. Because you are willing to cross that threshold any time you think someone's a villain.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Wisp. The character she just brought up, that quote, does the exact opposite of what she said you should do, because really the Spider-Man should have, in Orchard's eyes, killed the Vulture. Because if he got out, he would kill more people, and that would be on Spider-Man. But she seems to have conveniently forgotten that.
The same thing with Batman too. Yeah. He saves the Joker numerous times, even though he could just let him die.
The thing why we keep these principles is because we can be wrong. And if we cross that threshold, we may cross it when we're wrong. Yeah, and if we retroactively found out, that last time I didn't kill an actual villain, I just mistook that person for a villain. I killed an actual innocent person. Are you okay with that, Orchard?
Well, look at all.
Would you accept that? Killing an innocent just because you mistook that?
Well, look at all those mistaken identities with paedophiles. Like, there's been known in the UK where someone's moved into a house, and because the person who used to live there was outed as a paedophile, they've been murdered because they just assumed that the paedophile still lives there.
Really? I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, that happens quite a lot.
Horrible.
There's loads of it. So, mistaken identity happens with stuff. So you can't just say, "Oh, these are villains. We're going to kill them." Well, what if you get the wrong person? Just kill an innocent person. Oh, that don't matter. They probably were evil. It's just they should wrong place, wrong time. And you're like, oh, all right.
And I feel like wouldn't that affect your mental state?
At the same time, my villains keep getting away with their shit. They've abused people before me. They've abused people after me. They're abusing people right now, and it's really hard to legally get to them. Does that justify me going out there and killing them?
No.
Many of them are lefties, by the way.
Yeah, but like you say, it doesn't just...
Many of them are rainbow fascists, like you.
Yeah.
Does that justify killing them?
No,
I'd rather retain my humanity.
So, guys, we went from fiction to teaching a lesson that murder is good, and I don't know what to say. We're almost done.
Lily Orchard is a psychopath. End of story.
It sounds about right, yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Anyway.
even though
A lot of shows, they will set up multiple villains and redeem all of them. Even though having multiple villains means you can have different endings, it's treated like an all or nothing scenario.
No, what? No, just because you have multiple villains doesn't mean you have multiple endings. What the fuck are you talking about? What is this logic? What do you...
There's no logic.
What is she talking about?
I don't know. This is like saying Game of Thrones, there's multiple bad guys and good guys and gray guys. You're like, yeah, so what's your point?
Yeah.
No consideration given to the impact in individual situations they've had. It's just all or nothing. And that's boring. We don't even need to get into...
What are we talking... Who? What's boring? Which stories?
Wait, what? Wait, yeah.
I don't know.
Please provide examples.
Ethics of the situation. From a raw storytelling perspective, objectively boring. The trolley problem isn't just a philosophical concept. It's found all over fiction, where characters have the power to reduce the suffering of others, usually by a large margin, and oftentimes will choose to do nothing on the basis that doing something will sacrifice their principles, prioritizing their view of themselves as a...
Then they wouldn't be heroes. If they sacrificed their principles, they wouldn't have ideals. They wouldn't have virtues.
If you have no principles, then what are you?
Just randomly choose events the way you on a whim. Like, oh, sometimes I'll help people, sometimes I won't. Like, what are you talking about?
Oh, so you just be like a woke socialist Sith.
Whatever the crowd thinks.
You're just an emotional mess that has no self-discipline.
Yeah. Oh, think of the people. Oh, think of the whales. Oh, think of the snails, and just keep going on and on until you run out of things to be crying over.
And what?
Yeah,
that's interesting, as opposed to someone who stands by the convictions. Like, I can't believe she said it's objectively boring. Like, how do you quantify that?
I don't know.
What's objectively boring?
Because usually when I read fan fiction, I'm already bored.
Yeah.
It's like, oh God, this is depressing. This is sad. This is
Honestly,
pathetic, ignorant, and uneducated.
I bet Orchard is unable to realize this, but this is, in this comic, you're the yellow person. Because you want this immense power to decide who gets to live and who gets to die.
No. If the yellow person was Orchid, then the other colours would be dead by now because you just murdered them.
Okay, here we go. Here's Vladimir Dragunov for the 5. Thank you. Wonder what her opinions of Injustice Superman are. Probably could guess. Actually, yes, I think you can. I think everyone can guess what her opinions are. Might makes right, apparently. Anyway.
And Batman's boring.
He's so dark. Get over your dead parents.
Start killing people.
Yeah. Oh, this is a great one. Not to be Rex, thanks for the 10. Is Batman exactly like Joker when he breaks his neck after witnessing Joker go on a mass shooting spree in the theme park in The Dark Knight Returns? Doesn't feel like a one-to-one comparison to me.
But Batman doesn't kill him.
Right. You're right.
In that thing. That's what people seem to forget about that thing.
He does break his neck. He just doesn't kill him.
He does break his neck.
Dark Knight Returns?
Yep.
Yeah, the Dark Knight Returns, yeah.
I thought we already established this.
Well, you know, some people are insane and they look at stuff and think if you break someone's neck, they die instantly. And
some people don't read the next page of a comic book.
Where the Joker's still talking.
Wasn't the argument like, oh, the dialogue bubbles, they had a different color? Or
yes, it was the shape of the bubble, the color of the bubble. I was like, okay. Sure thing, buddy.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, Batman did not kill the Joker because the Joker was still alive and talking, and he cracked his own neck.
And even the narration was like he had ungodly strength to snap his own neck to finish the job.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And even later on in the thing, it's like people realized the Joker did it himself. They just didn't care. They wanted to get rid of Batman.
Yeah, they wanted to see Batman as this dark, really twisted, evil old man when he was just this disgruntled old guy.
But also it is more the fact that at that point in the story, it's like Batman was showing people up again, and that's because it's even why the Superman thing happened, because the American government gets annoyed at Batman for showing them up. because America is shown to be really corrupt, and it's all about the image. That's why they get Superman to get rid of Batman. But people would know about it if they read the fucking comic, or even watched the cartoon. But no, people just flick through stuff.
These people who do videos on the stuff, they interpret it their own way. So even if they do technically read it, they don't pay attention. No. Or they don't use logic.
They don't properly read it, though. That's the thing. You can tell when people don't properly read them.
I know, when someone is still speaking after they're on the floor and supposedly have broken their necks, they're still alive. Okay? Mm-hmm. They might be dying.
People get paralyzed from the neck down.
Yeah. He's bleeding out of his eyeball, but yeah, he's probably dying, on the verge of death, but he's still alive.
Yeah. But not being dead still means being alive.
Yes, it's kind of uncanny how Batman has all this experience breaking people's limbs and knowing when and how much pressure to apply just exactly. Amazing.
It's funny how it was shown earlier in the story, him meticulously breaking people's bones, aka the mutant leader, in such a way that didn't kill the mutant leader, but left him unable to do anything.
Yeah,
the line, "This isn't a mud hole; it's an operating table, and I'm the surgeon."
Exactly.
So he breaks all the guy's bones in his legs and his arms.
Right.
Crazy, that, isn't it?
Doesn't kill him. He knows exactly what he's doing, like a surgeon.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Also, people seem to forget at that point. By the way, the Joker's repeatedly stabbing Batman in the stomach in that scene. So,
and he shot a bunch of people too.
Yeah, he's murdered a massive group of kids with poison candy floss. In the actual comic, in the cartoon they made, they cut that bit out. But the Joker's murdered a lot of people at this point in time.
And the great thing about this,
there's even the line where it goes, "All the people I've killed by letting you live." That's literally a line Batman says to the Joker.
Yeah.
So Batman even like acknowledges the fact that he feels like he's murdered all those people because he would not break his rule of killing.
He takes responsibility. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Here's a great line from the book.
When we let our principles die, then there is only hell.
There's Vladimir Dragonoff again. Thank you for the 5. They'll never know that you didn't have the nerve, and that's when they blame Batman for killing Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the new police chief has it out for him anyway. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because she's getting shown up because she just has no clue what she's doing at all. So.
She's a woman. So.
Well, same with the new mayor. Yeah, they're all nuts.
Well, the old mayor got his throat ripped out.
I'll just
the new mayor's
go into this room with this crazy psycho, and I'll just talk to him. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
No problem.
You know, shit's getting like ridiculous when Commissioner Gordon just goes, "You know what? Fuck this, I'm out." He's like, "Nah, fuck this."
All right, we got less than 2 minutes. We're almost done.
Yeah. Come on, Raid Shadow Legends.
Raid Shadow Legends. Oh, God, please.
Person over the people they could have helped and chosen not. I very much believe the opposite, which is why Amarosa behaves this way. Because there are millions of innocent people who deserve her compassion more.
Is she sex right now?
Is she strangling Kylo?
I think this is the Abby sex scene.
Physically strangling with a weird rectangular hand.
Is this?
Oh my God,
that is not how wrists work.
What is this like every scene?
Maybe he has a big neck.
Just go to every scene in the movie with every character and just one up them. Okay, this is a Mary Sue. This is a Mary Sue, guys. That's all it is.
Told you, it's a power fantasy.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It reminds me of like when Homer Simpson strangles Bart. With like an exaggerated head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
that is not a hand, that is a clam.
So if we keep watching this, is he gonna turn her around and butt slam her? Like in the Last of Us Part 2?
No, I just want Kylo just say like, "Are we fighting or flirting?"
Do I talk first or you talk first? Yeah.
Did you know you can write fan fiction without writing Mary Sue's?
Oh no.
This
No, you
is
can't.
so pathetic. Like I can't. It's sad. It's just. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
I want
amateur
to
hour,
watch
guys.
The benefit of the doubt. Silly me.
This guy drew pictures or got someone to draw pictures of his shit story.
Yeah. Amazing.
Oh, it wasn't him?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't care whether it was or not.
It's just
Or was
it's just
it the,
funnier if he paid money for someone to do
other-
it for him.
The other
Mhm.
train.
The other tranny, yeah, probably. Who knows?
Yeah.
That,
probably.
I saw that profile. That's not a tranny.
Okay. I'm just confused. That's just all I am. What the hell's going on?
That just got on mini files.
Maybe it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. Therefore, my brain can't process it. Doesn't. My eyes block it out.
Yep.
Okay, less than 2 minutes.
These 30. And for me, and by extension her, of doing nothing in the name of personal moral purity at the expense of others.
Personal moral purity? What does that sound like?
Religion.
Nonsense.
Religious fanaticism.
Holy.
This is just.
See, no principles, only morals.
I am right, you are wrong. I must crush you. Might makes right.
This is so weird. This is so weird.
Like my mom.
That someone acknowledges to say principles bad, but morals good. Whoa.
Let's just finish this video off. Let's just finish this off. I've just.
This is utter insanity.
It makes me go.
I saw about this thought experiment on heroism. I'd like to know where heroism comes in.
It makes me.
Inaction.
It makes me go. You know what?
Heroism in Orchard's eyes is killing everyone who you think is a bad guy.
Well, you know, it gives me the thanks
on a whim.
The knowledge that we did get Ryan Johnson. So,
Yeah, I just.
Ryan Johnson is amazing. I mean, I could really got to say he is, compared to what we just went through.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, I've just watched.
I think you're giving it too much credit.
Yeah, but I've just watched 11 minutes and 50 seconds of someone trying to justify murdering everyone in their path. That's all this video has been. It's like, please let me be able to murder people.
By referencing Aaron O'Toole.
Yeah.
And action is bad. That's why. You have to do something.
Yeah.
What are you supposed to do? Not kill them?
It's like this what was the name? Carly Rosenbaum or something in Falcon and the Winter Soldier? She just wanted to murder half the human race because she wanted to squat in empty houses again. And that was a moral good to her.
Eric, you've just hit the nail on the head. It's like, in action, what am I meant to do? Not kill everybody? It's like, you're just meant to not murder people, or you're not meant to murder anybody. Stop wanting to kill people, you fucking nut job.
Yeah, because you're not acting in self-defense.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like, who gives her the right to choose who's evil or not?
Yeah, this is a little different than saying the death penalty is a good idea. Like, this is something beyond or before that.
Yeah. This is just you saying, well, you don't fit with my morals.
Yeah,
and I'm like, your morals suck.
I don't like people who make munitions for war. They must all die. It's like, what?
No, I don't like people I assume who's right wing. It's like, what?
Judge Dredd has better morals and principles.
Yeah. Fucking Adolf Hitler has better morals and principles than this person has. Jesus Christ. When you've even got like fucking Mussolini and Stalin going, when Jeffrey Dahmer seems like a better fucking.
At least the warmongers actually paid for the munitions.
Yeah.
She just outright kills them.
Yeah. At least Ted Bundy at least took you out on a date.
Okay, please, let's keep going. We're going to be here for a while.
Is unacceptable. It is super unacceptable, and a Sith is not bound by such chains.
What?
I find the discourse surrounding any piece of media would be more interesting if more people thought about this. If this was a real thing that a story itself and the people who discuss it for a living actually considered and talked about, even if they ultimately came down on the side of egoism and that inaction is not an act of evil. That would still be more interesting because at least it presents something that you can talk about. And most of the
yes, and then I can also find out who to kill.
So look, inaction is an act of evil if it is driven by cowardice, where you know a truth but don't speak it.
Yeah.
Because you are scared of the possible consequences, either by the people you speak out against, or that the system will move against you for some retarded, insane reason, because you're paranoid, probably, or that you will be ostracized from the very social circle that you should speak out against instead of keep playing with it when that social circle has done something evil towards a friend of yours. Because then you are siding with the abusers and not your friend.
This is interesting when we talk about KOTOR, because that's sort of the scenario where we find the council and Revan. And Revan does he have visions of what's going to happen? I can't recall. But he knows a war is happening and people are being slaughtered. The Jedi Council are like, don't get involved. This isn't our business. This is not our power. We have no authority here and there. And Revan says, no, we got to go help these people. They're getting killed. And it's always that, well, the Jedi aren't wrong. They should not get involved in the first place. At the same time, innocents are dying.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes.
Well, that's the difference between.
Well,
in this case, it's willful ignorance.
The argument,
fear.
The argument is that the Jedi might know something that Revan doesn't, or knows that Revan is going to go anyway, and it's inevitable, so that's really no point. Or they don't have any visions at all, and the Force is not helping them. So yeah, it's an interesting scenario if they clarified that a bit more. They kind of did that in number 2, but it was after the fact when Revan already became Revan. So
yeah.
Anyway, way better story than this crap.
Most of the time, the victims of these terrible people are an afterthought, if they're even considered at all. The question isn't even presented or considered, and is always treated as a personal moral test for the hero, when it really shouldn't be about them. Even if you agree with this perspective, the victims of these horrible people should be given at least as much, if not more, consideration than the protagonist's ego. The protagonist should have to choose.
Wait a second. You're saying the focus of the story should focus on the ego or the desires or whatever of third-party NPC characters in a whatever scenario. Why?
Yeah.
That's not the focus of any story.
That's down with capitalism or some shit like that. No.
People are getting subjugated or hurt or whatever. Therefore, they should be the focus? No, of course not.
No. Why
would you suddenly turn a tertiary character into a secondary? Because... Why? I don't know.
It's not even a tertiary into a secondary. It's a tertiary into a primary.
I don't know. What is she trying to say here? Why should we focus on these random characters getting killed for the sake of motivating the protagonist? Oh no, wait, that was a previous video we covered.
Because everyone's a main character. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up with this person's hair? It looks like he's wearing a wig. Like, do you see the brown on the side, but it's all
yeah.
Because it's so dark, it looks like the hair goes all the way down to the end of the screen, so just one big blob of hair.
I just thought it was weird. It's like, what? And then the eyes are like over the hair.
Well, good for them. They found an anime avatar to look pretty, so bravo.
That's a cartoon.
Sure, Disney character, whatever. Still weird to hear and see. I'll just close my eyes.
Yeah.
Anyway, killing bad guys is good or something. I don't know. Whatever she's saying.
This is where things get open-ended. I want to hear what you... If a character has the power to stop innocent people from dying at the expense of their own personal morality, and they choose not to, are those deaths their fault? Is doing nothing in the name of moral purity itself a moral failing?
What?
What? That was your ending?
That was it?
Holy shit.
I got
nothing.
You give no conclusion? I mean, we already know what you think, but what?
Ironically, one of the videos advertised here is let's talk about pacing, shall we? And yeah, because
What is up with these
was all over the place.
avatars? Look at that. Do you see the avatars?
I don't want to
I
see
don't
it.
really want to. This is just shite. Let's see
They
what's
look like two
streaming.
psycho characters.
Everything.
They look.
Every time
like-
we think of Lily, it's going to be, oh, there's the psycho. And her psycho lesbian guy friend or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, just.
Jeez, what a creepy.
Okay, so we now can add Orchard to the Psycho Brigade of BreadTube or something.
Yes.
I don't know. I really don't.
We have Noralities in there, the bloody pedo.
Yep.
We have Lindsay in there, who doesn't
Yep.
understand emotions and made a documentary about her own abortion.
We have Maggie Mason.
She's a different kind of crazy.
Eh,
But we can add Red to that as well, since she doesn't understand emotion at all either.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
the
just
Tabernacle.
sad. He doesn't have any. He
Tabernacle
can't understand
is
emotion
not
because he
crazy,
doesn't have
it's just
any.
ignorant.
Yeah, no, he has shame. When he looks in the mirror and he thinks, oh, I have an oppressive image of male masculinity or some bullshit. I can't go to the gym anymore.
I work out too much, and I don't eat enough chocolate oranges.
Yeah,
I'm going to stop
we have
going to the
Renegade
gym
Cut.
because I'm propping up a male vision of whatever. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh no, I'm hitting the Sigma grind set. I better stop.
Yeah, and then we have Renegade Cut, who
Good lord.
who taught whatever in North and South Korea.
North and South Korea, yes.
North and South Korea.
In Morocco.
Movie Bob.
And Morocco.
Well, movie Bob is an open eugenicist.
Anyway, let's get the super chats done and get to the stream memes. Will take us some time. Non-Vitae Rex. My interpretation was Batman meant to kill Joker when he broke his neck. He didn't snap his wrist or break his arm or try to disarm him another way. Bruce went for the lethal option. Okay. You could interpret it that way. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, okay.
All right. Yeah, no, you can guess the intentions of a person. You know, it's fine. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, I mean, the fact of the matter is he was holding his head at that point in time. He picked him up, and then the Joker was stabbing him, so, yeah.
Vladimir again for the 2. Unironically, Lily is a monster.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but you might be right. I don't know. It's bizarre.
Yeah, this is what we just watched there was literally someone.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
All these years I just thought Orchard is just weird. Like the opinion about the social justice cartoons is just all over the place. But this is whoa. This is scary.
Okay, I did miss a donation. Thanks for the 2 there, John. Let me just get it. Here you are. Thanks for this is 30 minutes ago. Jeez, that went by fast. Punisher is at least aware he is no better than the criminals he kills, stopping copycats and preventing other people from praising his actions. He knows he's too far gone from morals. He chastised some cops wearing his logo, saying they uphold the law.
Yes.
Yeah, the Punisher is an interesting character. He is definitely an anti-hero.
He is self-aware of what he's doing.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, that's an important point, I think.
Yeah, no, he's a very clearly more clearly cut anti-hero than a lot more. Okay. Stream memes, here we go. Oh, this is going to go with time. Okay. What the hell? Why is there an animation of someone being thrown into a garbage? What?
Oh, you got to go past those. Those are from yesterday, last stream.
I hate women.
People started talking, and I was about to put in the no talking with streams, but I thought I can't be bothered. Else, really. Yeah. Excuse me.
Your girlfriend, right? She's gender non-conforming.
My gender non-conforming girlfriend told me don't bother with it.
Okay, so I can't really read that, but essentially people are transsexual or something, or not trans. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Wait, which one are you on?
It's too small for me to read.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, the I Hate Women?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, here it is. Wait, it's all politics.
Politics.
Politics. Always has been.
Good spelling there. I just
Politics.
you tried.
I like polo.
Maybe it's intentional.
Politics?
King.
Like, that's the joke.
Congonist.
I like to misspell things, too.
Okay. Lily, it's all because of the Nazis. Smudcast. You were talking about anti-heroes. How did we get here? It happened within 5 seconds. We were like, what the fuck?
Because Gone with the Wind and...
we went from Gone with the Wind to right-wingers are upset because they're being shot in Star Wars movies because they're all Nazis, and if you don't sit on the fence with Nazis, you're and you're like, what are we...
Because inaction leads to some sort of moral purity, and
that's Joe, come on. Why do you put comments on this video?
Yeah,
no.
Here we go.
Usually that's my job.
This is from Lily. This is from the actual people who made the video, or Lily or whatever. Please keep your responses to 2 paragraphs at most. No, fuck you. Some of you are writing entire essays, and while I think that's great, it's unfeasible for me to deconstruct it in a follow-up, which is the entire point of this. What if I feel like making 3 paragraphs, Lily? Or 10? I could have written an essay.
She thinks highly of herself. That's
But
rich.
Orchard, you're wrong on everything.
I'm going to deconstruct your arguments.
Here we go. I think an interesting point you made about Amarosa, this stupid name, was that there are millions of innocent people who deserve her compassion more. I personally think she's a murderer. I didn't give her compassion. What are you talking about? I personally think this is a helpful philosophy when on social media. There are millions of innocent, decent human beings who deserve our attention more than a small minority of trolls or right-wing twits. Okay. I understand ignoring them does not stop them, but balancing more attention on the decent people on social media seems a sensible philosophy to me personally. Yeah, well, good luck with that, Lily, if you're appealing to the psychopaths. So, yeah, bad form there, I guess. Whoops. Oh, jeez.
Smart, apparently the stream didn't switch to the stream meme channel.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're not missing much here. You're just literally missing text.
There we go. Yeah, it's just text, guys. My ideal scenario would be one where a couple of heroes, preferably lesbians, because I have my personal preferences too, have individual arcs to reflect both approaches. The more violent, no bullshit hero would find themselves in a situation where just killing the villain would make things worse, like a possible power vacuum in the criminal world. And so they would learn from the idealist hero a more diplomatic way to solve the situation. In turn, there would be another situation where the idealist hero would have no choice but to actively kill a villain to end their crime spree, and the more violent hero would help them cope with said killing and allow the idealist to make peace with it as it was best choice to make. How does a psychopath help someone make peace with killing? They would just be like, I don't feel anything. Do what I do.
Not even Punisher went that way. He's like, you crossed that line, you're going to be like me. You're going to lose your mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It sounds like it's on the shoulder and go, there, it's okay. Have some ice cream.
Yeah, it sounds like Orchard's video is indeed inspiring people to think, psychopathic action is good.
Yeah,
this is how extremism works.
I do like that last sentence though. I'm no writer or anything.
No.
Actually, it's just spelled writer wrong.
Ritter.
But yeah, I think I'd like to see that. No, this sounds terrible.
Oh.
I know Ritter or anything.
I'm glad Daredevil never killed. I'm glad he stick to his principles.
All right. It's school bully mentality. I speak from experience. This is where the glorified pacifism comes from. Schools take the out of sight, out of mind stance because having a zero tolerance policy looks better for them. So punish the victims for fighting back. Then, when the child asks why they are being punished, punish the child again for not respecting the school's authority.
Yeah, that is true, but that is a product of socialist ideology.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
And I've been through that exact shit.
Exactly.
Yeah. This isn't right wing shit. This is literally wishy-washy political correctness of stuff.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying. This is left wing shit.
Yeah, because you fight back, you're called the
loser. Because the socialist regime in the end, so this is priming the children. The socialist regime in the end does not want critics, does not want anyone to fight back, stand up, speak the truth.
Yeah, but
this is how you torture the children mentally already into being that, taking the abuse.
Yeah, but the major problem here is now that Tropa Hagar, or however you pronounce it, is now on Orchard's hit list because they're obviously right wing and they're obviously a Nazi, so they can be murdered.
No, Hawk, she liked the comment. That's the weird thing.
Oh yeah, but she was talking about right wing stuff. So
yeah. So we saw this with that. What was that video we watched? That with the bully had to shake hands with the victim or something at school.
Yeah. And when the victim refused that, the teacher would say, "You're just as bad as him," which is wrong.
It's funny because you guys ended that video way sooner, and she called, they're all neo-Nazis or something. All the school shooters are neo-Nazis. It's the funniest shit ever.
Yeah, I know. The last paragraph here. Also, thank you for all the great thought-provoking videos. I've been using a lot of these discussions in my stories to flesh them out.
Oh, Jesus. Oh God! The virus spreads.
I'm not an advocate for
This is how
fanfiction.
this is how for bullshit like this. This is how the socialists will end up being completely fine putting people against the wall again who are not pure enough dogmatists as they are.
I'm not a huge advocate for fan fiction. I want people to write whatever, but you have to grow out of it. You have to. You have to stop writing the next Star Wars fanfic, whatever. You can't keep doing that, and you have to make your own stuff. There's no way out of. There's no way to grow.
Mm-hmm.
So
all I want to know is webcamschat.com, hot girls and boys video chat. I'm more interested in that.
Wait, where are you getting that?
When we're getting that live chat.
Can you send me that link?
Wait, I guess all the mods are gone.
All the mods have gone home.
Mateus, send me that link. Mic test.
All right.
Oh
Wait,
well.
There's more.
Oh well.
All right. Hopefully I got them.
Hooray. Hooray.
No, I didn't. There's more. I have to do individually. Oh my god. Anyway.
Oh no.
So Mike Testis, Spud, let me join. I can handle no Mike, no Lily's insanity is too much weirdness. I think any more would be worse. It would take us too long. Lily's fanfic be like
this is perfect.
Original character, do not steal. Sure thing, Lily.
Oh boy.
Simple poll, Smudcast.
And this is how democracy gets vetoed.
Yeah.
Yeah, no more Lily Orchard, guys. That's just not helpful.
Yeah.
Don't punch people.
I think we've instantly reached the peak of Orchard.
Yeah, unless they're a Nazi. It's okay to punch Nazis. My pacifist Quaker grandmother. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, no, your pacifist Quaker grandmother never said that at all. In fact, she said, "You disappoint me. Please don't put stuff on the internet anymore."
Oh, there's a follow-up. Oh, joy. A week ago.
It's 25 minutes.
25 minutes? 25 minutes?
Let me guess.
Give us a month.
She writes more fan fiction, and then she talks about killing more people. That's great.
Oh my god, and it's a week ago, so it will involve the Rittenhouse shit.
Oh,
well, if she likes killing the bad people, she'll approve of Rittenhouse because he stopped all the bad people.
Bad people, yeah.
Lily really pulling this shit. Here we go. We call ourselves the anti-bad guy squad, and we label our opponents the bad guys. How can people not understand this? We can never be terrorists because we're fighting the bad guys. It's so simple to understand. Everything we do is justified because of our name.
Yeah, that's literally what it is.
Wow. That's special thinking there. That's
Yeah, the same logic is not allowed for the other side, by the way.
Hoy.
I love this next meme. This next meme's great.
All right. Socialism is evil. Well, from my point of view, capitalists, pacifists, and anyone not on the far left is evil, and Sith can totally be good guys. Holy shit, you're fucking insane. There's more comments. All that is needed for evil to succeed is that good men stand by and do nothing. Too many people fail to see how easily nonviolence can cross into enabling. What? Okay. Too many people fail to see how easily nonviolence can cross into enabling when it comes to oppressors who abuse other. No, that's not the same shit. What? And will continue to do so as long as no one physically stops them. Empathy and kindness does not work on sociopaths. What? You think empathy? You think the law is empathy and kindness?
No.
Yes.
No. The text. I think if I'm not too tired and too drunk, I think this text is okay. The only problem is that these people think that they are not sociopaths.
Yeah, I honestly, I think you're a little bit tired because I just think that this person's just saying we should just attack people who we disagree with because empathy and kindness does not work on sociopaths. Okay, that's fine. This is not what we're talking about here.
You know how many martial artists I've met, and every single one. I'm not talking like the masters. I'm talking like every single one who's been taught martial arts saying you never ever use it. There's
Eric,
very.
why did you delete your meme and replace it with something else?
Smud, you were saying?
I was talking about martial arts because every single person I've ever met is taught to never use it. It's a discipline.
Yeah.
It disciplines your mind. There's a time when you might need to, but even then, that's after you've exhausted every opportunity for a peaceful resolution. This person's like, oh, you know, this non-violent stuff, yeah, it doesn't work. You have to stop oppressors. You're like, wait, what are you talking about? Some drunken guy at a bar is an oppressor? No. It's not a problem that needs violence.
It's how you start blood feuds.
Feuds,
yeah.
All right. Here we have Go Watch Squid Game. Okay.
Yes. Go watch Squid Game.
Why do people say that the writer of Eat, Bang, Kill Tour is lesbiophobic? Anonymous racist.
And this is her answer: racism. It's her Tumblr page, I guess. Both of them have.
What was all the other stuff you deleted?
What the heck is Eat, Bang, Kill?
Well, I mean, it was just other comments, but I was just I wanted that to be the focus, and I forgot to edit it.
All right.
That's why.
Holy boy!
I'm tired.
I'm glad we finished that.
Yeah, definitely. That we saw the true face of this psychopath.
So, guys, I recommend.
Otherwise, we would have never do that.
Never covering Lily Orchard. That was just
atrocious.
Yeah, can we blacklist that?
Yeah, I think we should.
Yeah,
I remember the last time. This was like a year ago. We covered her, and it was just
you guys
so
don't like
bad.
having fun.
It was funny, but it was just stupid.
That was not fun, Eric.
You're listening to a psychopath. You're listening to a person who advocates killing people.
Yeah.
Like, I remember having arguments about the death penalty back in grade school and high school, and that's like after the law is invoked and you have a court of law with a judge and lawyers presenting cases, what do you do with this horrible monster? If rehabilitation is no longer working, what do you do? This is what we talk about when we talk about Batman and the Joker. If you just killed the Joker, you solve a lot of problems. And that's a problem for the courts. That's not a problem for Batman. And you can make these arguments. If Gotham had a stricter court case or a stricter death penalty, whatever, punishment, yeah, they probably would do it. But these are lawful arguments. They're not. Yeah, we just kill tyrants. We should just kill anyone who's being mean or abusing authority. No, we have laws in place for that. We have a series of laws for police in place for that. They go to prison too if they break them, and they should know better. So, weird stuff. These people that want to hurt cops so much.
Yeah, but just want to hurt everybody who disagrees with them. It's like whenever someone brings up like that punch a Nazi thing, what they actually mean is punch someone who disagrees with you. Because how many Nazis have you ever met in real life?
Well, they call everyone Nazis. So
yeah, that's what I mean. It's like
they translate that to, oh well, this person is clearly a right-wing authoritarian. It's like, what do you talk? Like, what that is? No one even knows what that is. There's only a few people I've met,
at least, yeah.
And even the people I've met said they've studied it. They don't even get it, which is sad because I barely read Giuseppe, and I was like, this is the book for Italian fascism. You're like, okay, fine, but this is so far removed from reality that there's no one right now that could enact that unless you're some sort of, I don't know, African warmonger or something, and you felt like organization into a regime would work. It's not going to happen. So just talking about it is fine. Having an intellectual discussion is great. It's when you start getting emotional over this shit is like, okay, dude, you are in the wrong part of the world and time period to talk about this. This is not happening. This is not reality. We're in a pub. We're having a discussion about sports. Okay? You're in the wrong topic.
Yeah.
So these are, you can encounter this with lots of women online or even in person, especially in Ontario, because we have a very odd education system, but that's how it goes. Anyway, no more Lily Orchard. I think we've exhausted this. We went through so much crap right now. I personally dislike it because of the fan fiction stuff, and I can tolerate fan fiction, but this is
that was ridiculous levels of just like
that's all her video exists for, just to justify her dumb shit in the fan fiction.
Yeah, if you want to advocate of your fan fiction through a second-hand way of doing a video, fine, great. That's your weird advertising pitch, but it's a lesson about the trolley problem, which she didn't even address properly. She brought in her own ethics of just killing people, which I just can't, like, that's disgusting. I'm sorry. Why would anyone listen to this person? I don't know.
Yeah, it's just like, kill everyone who disagrees with you, and also here's me trying to make a reason why I should be allowed to kill people. It's like, what?
People give it a time of day because they want to do it themselves.
Yeah, something. I imagine this person, if ever did something in downtown Toronto, like they would run. There's no way they would get into a fight or punch someone. If they did, they'd be floored instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are like the people who I think would start a fight, swing, miss, and get punched, and then cry and run away. Then demand the cops come and arrest the person they attack.
Well, considering how many definitions of their identity there are on their freaking whatever profile, it's just they have other problems to deal with. I don't think physical violence is ever going to cross their minds. Or
first problem: get out of the padded cell in which they reside.
Well, whoever loves them, I hope they're happy and well fed and warm. Yeah. Winter is coming, and they're going to need it. So.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Just don't kill everyone.
Just guys, don't kill people. Okay, just don't. Okay, good lesson. All right. That's it for tonight. We did 3 hours of that. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Jack, nice to have you. I know you were pretty quiet, but
thank you for having me.
Yeah, not a problem, man.
It's almost 5 a.m. in the morning.
Oh my, you guys are nuts.
Oh wow.
Go to bed, you crazy people.
Yeah.
Well, if you're not busy, of course. Yeah.
I'm very busy tomorrow. I have work.
Oh shit. Okay, guys. Have a great night.
Here, so I have to adjust my time for the Smudcast. That's why it's late.
All right. Well.
So yeah. I have no choice. I'm in Iran, so the time are different here. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm late tonight.
All right.
Okay, it's not a problem. Have a good night.
All right.
Everybody.
Good night, everybody. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon. Good night.
What are we supposed to do? Not kill him?
Don't kill people. Yeah.
Punished. Okay.